second to warm up, and then we can get started, my boy. All right.
Dude.
We should be good to start. So, Sigis, go ahead and hit us with that recap.
All right. So the gang, we have shown up at this big ass spooky house. It's the Foxglove Manor. And it is dilapidated and awful. We've dealt that we're worried that we were chased by ghouls. There was some in the well. We threw some bombs down there, but that was last time. This is this time. So now we break into this house. We're like the Scooby-Doo gang. The gang goes through the front door. Robin and decides to go through the top window. The house is super old. It's covered in mold. It's rotted. Everything's swollen, and it's falling apart. Robin is exploring up for a bit, and he finds a rat. He kills said rat, gains 1 experience point,
Nice.
and then decides to surf the bathtub into the second floor. The rest of us, spread out through the house. We're going through and searching the rooms. All the doors are stuck. It looks like thirsty Mr. Foxglove was trying to fix up the place. And we find some paintings of some magic box that a lot of OG monsters are really afraid of. So that's some nice foreshadowing. Sigis casts Detect Magic and is immediately stunned by a lot of magic. Red and Silera are continuing exploring, and they find this invisible figure that is pacing back and forth next to a room filled with like what looks like blue glowing mushrooms. So Durbin tightens his belt and he casts Detect Magic like a real man and stares into the eye of Sauron for trying to figure out what this magic is. Until even he is overwhelmed, but we find that it's just a super powerful. I forget the type of magic it was,
Curse,
but
probably.
yeah, we figure
Necromancy, I thought.
it's necromancy. So we figure it's either could be this like mysterious box thing, but it's probably the curse. We think the house is just cursed. And to that end, the house seems to be starting to fight back against Robin a little bit. Maybe some unfortunate events and accidents start happening a little more often as he is breaking windows and stuff. So maybe that's all linked in. But the place is super creepy, and it's also, we worry it can collapse at any moment. The party finds a map of the house with an ominous like "Do not enter" room in the basement. And Silera has been investigating this ghost and decides to step in front of the ghost. The ghost walks right into her, and they seem to, air quotes, fuse. And she realizes that she is also this woman and has to rescue her child, Red, the pirate, from a murderous husband who's coming up down from the basement. So hilarity briefly ensues as Red and Silera, she tries to convince him that, he is her like very small daughter, and they have to escape. And the hilarity comes to an abrupt end when a statue of a manticore bursts into flames and attacks Red with very real fire, we think, before disappearing. So at this point, we're pretty sure it's either everyone's cursed or we're all super high from mushroom spores. We're not entirely sure, but either way, things are going wrong. And that's when there's this colossal crash on this as something lands on the roof and a lot of creaking. So we all decide to run out of the house before it all comes down on top of us. And we all pile out, and that's when we are attacked by this giant ghoul bat and swarms of crows. The ghoul bat swoops down. It like pins Sigis and Silera against a 200-foot cliff. Sigis, being the brave hero he is, runs away stupidly, and only by the grace of God does he survive getting instantly murdered. Yes, Silera is much smarter and now free from the ghostly influences. Gains like takes a more slow and sensible way to get some distance, while also whipping out a spear so that when Red and Robin kind of dive in, she can keep it on its toes while they do that precision damage. Durbin is, starts pumping some channels to really tackle these crows and dealing crow swarms and dealing some crippling blows to them. Those birds then deal crippling blows to Sigis, who is undignifiedly screaming as birds attack him. Uh, Red and Robin continue to curb stomp the giant ghoul bat, who puts up a good fight, but gets murdered, just flat out. And at the end, we have kind of assembled, we've dispersed all the crows. The giant ghoul bat is dead, and we are staring back at this creepy house and wondering what we're gonna do. So, I may have missed some stuff. Feel free to chime in.
No, that was
About right.
Pretty
That was
good.
good shit.
really
I think
good.
that pretty well covered it.
The only detail that you messed up is that Silera is using a rapier, not a spear. But
Yeah.
that
darn.
was 99.9. You can have a
I would
D6
say
for
that's
that
good.
one.
Yay!
Robin also
Nice.
did fall through the roof. He didn't ride the bathtub down.
Ah,
You
that's-
unintentionally
True.
rode
Yeah,
into
no,
a bathtub.
I fell through the
Yeah.
roof. Yeah. not
Um,
because I
Oh,
wanted
you didn't go through a window? You were just going on top and fell in?
to. I was walking in the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It
Yeah,
caved
he
in
tried
all
to
the
go
way
to
to the
another
first
window.
floor.
Yeah, yeah,
He
yeah.
did smash a window, to be fair.
I
but-
smashed.
He
man.
did that on the
Oh, wow.
he did that on the first floor though. So
Um, no, he was on the
Or it was the second floor, yeah.
Second
the
second
bathroom
floor,
stuff.
yeah, right. Because
he-
then he jumped out the window.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he dropped through the rooftop of the first floor into the first floor, and then through the floor of that one into the ground level. But yeah, no, a very good summary, really high energy. I really liked it. So go ahead and take a d6 for the section.
D10.
Also,
Dude,
I would
dude.
like to point out that when the bat was outside and the house was shaking, I got a real Betrayal at House on Haunted Hill vibe.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking
Real.
like the rock where it picks up the entire house and starts flying away with it.
Oh, God,
Yeah.
and then we all have to fight for parachutes? I love that one.
Yeah.
All right, so
Great.
let's get this session on its way. As you guys, as Sigis very well put it, have gathered up and are perhaps licking your wounds a little bit from having taken some severe blows, and deciding which approach to take next in this adventure.
I mean, my votes is we just don't go back in there until we have a way of dealing with everything that's in there.
We
Well-
also potentially get to the basement through the well.
The
I vote against that plan. Ziggis
My-
is not down for that.
For now, I also vote against that plan. I have a
Yeah,
single channel left.
I'm with
That's
that, and I'm down with that if we can't find a key, because I think we need to get rid of the ghouls. But I don't know. We didn't actually fight much in the house. It was just random shit attacking. So is there like a way we can protect ourselves from haunt stuff? I don't know how this
Protection from
works.
evil.
Dolben? Siggis? Do you know how to do that?
I know how to do it, but I do not have the spell slots for it anymore. I
Yeah.
spent most of my day curing diseases.
It
Oh.
did give you a scroll for it.
Yeah, which I can.
How-
It's for a single person, not a group, though.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Which-
All
which
right.
I'll hand that back to you now, and just hold on to that. Like I'll cast it on you when
Well,
you asked me to again. It was just that was just not a great time for me to be casting that.
Okay.
if we're careful and we do some good scouting between Robin and I, do you think we could try and tactical strike this, find the key, open the thing in the basement, and
I could just
Get out of
Which
here.
door is locked?
the basement.
Oh,
We
okay.
haven't been there yet, but we're
Yes.
assuming that it's locked.
But
yeah,
wasn't the
that-
basement
I think yeah,
like,
tackling the
super
basement.
bad?
I think. Pardon?
basement's got the locked door that he couldn't open, and
Yeah, but it's
No.
isn't it a super bad area like that?
No,
didn't
we
even
haven't
figure
gone to
that-
the basement yet. I haven't tried
Yeah.
it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Also, unfortunately, I have full vision. I don't know if I should. I
Yeah, we
probably
all
Yeah.
don't.
Yes, in
we
this
all
map
do.
page,
Okay,
you
awesome.
should.
I have
mean-
a key that we can try.
True.
Oh yeah,
oh,
that's a
right.
great idea.
Well,
All
yeah,
right.
that's a good point.
But we need to kind of,
Get to the basement.
but maybe have a backup plan if the key
I agree.
doesn't work. So
well,
I mean, I
my-
can pick the lock.
All right. To just to clarify, guys, I have a single third
Yes.
level spell, no second level spells, and 2 first level spells, and that is it.
well,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
The only problem I see with waiting and healing up a bit is that the ghouls are gonna just keep getting worse until we like Gregory said, cut off the head, right? So if we leave this, we're gonna come back, and there's probably gonna be a whole mess of ghouls all throughout the house tomorrow.
Now, like, I mean, I'll give it a shot. I'm just saying that it feels like a bad idea.
Yeah.
Well,
Like what
okay.
I have a little more spells, but I'm also like a little tapped out. Like how are you guys on? Because the main thing that you guys feel run on is a big thing is like health too, right? And so that's what.
Well, I'm a little hurt, and I got bit again. But that's the thing. I'm not this based on last time. This sickness isn't gonna be a problem till like a couple hours from now. So
Well, it's
I'm
not a
not
real
gonna.
problem until like next week, technically.
Well, yeah, but I'm
a
not
real
gonna
problem.
be as
It's going to be a
as useful
semi-problem
tomorrow.
every time you rest, technically. But
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't
so-
slept in 48 days, and I'm fucking ready to go. So
Yeah,
48
but
hours
you-
first.
You're like, I'm
But
fine.
you have some. That's a.
something's wrong with you.
That's
I
a problem.
think.
Yeah,
We're
I'm
just all
dying.
pretending it.
yeah, you have Lamashtu curse. and
okay,
you're dying.
Robin, you're like, it's
so-
called
so-
dying.
Okay. So if we do go in, the plan would be try Solaire's key. Robin tries to pick lock. If he can't pick lock, do we want to go up on the other floors and look for a key, or just call it
Yeah,
quits?
well, I think
mean-
if I understand Dorban's whole point is that even if the key works, like, do we want to go down? Like the thing, I'm also pretty worried about the intense amount of magic, right? Like,
I mean, I'm more worried about the
Yeah, 'cause
intense amount of undead that are likely down there.
Yeah.
Okay, well, how about we do the upper floors, which I mean,
I
You
think, I think I
kinda
could cover
surf
the
them.
upper. Yeah, I know a way that I can not have the floor crumble under. I think.
well, we could just take the stairs.
Those might crumble underneath your feet.
Yeah.
I mean, how much does Sigus weigh?
I mean, technically, Sigus has the
And I have a
hovering
floating
disc.
disc. Yes.
So we
I
could
have-
all
I
just
can
literally
cast
sit
this-
on it, and he can move it with his mind.
Yeah, well, it just stays within 5 feet of me, no matter where I go. So,
I think you can move it.
Yeah, you
um,
can move it as a move action.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I'm kind of game for whatever. I mean, I'm good to go as long as you guys are.
I mean, we can give it a shot.
Yeah.
I got
I think
I got most of my angries out when I bashed up that manticore and then the bat, so I'm good.
All right. I think we just go in slow and together, and like our initial reaction should be to like retreat and regroup and fight things, as opposed to like getting
So,
sucked to
Uh,
stuff.
to that point, Robin, can you please stay with the rest of us this time? We need you to help protect everyone.
Sure.
I am going to save my last channel for if shit gets real bad.
I
Yeah.
think that
Good idea.
makes total sense. Yeah, and as long if things can't go on wall, can ghouls climb on walls?
Yes.
Right. Never mind then.
That's how they were getting up the well. Oh,
Yeah,
wait.
that makes
Do we have
sense.
something heavy we can put over the top of the well?
You could put a floating disc there, and then it wouldn't move.
How long
me-
does it last?
Let me
An
just
hour,
check.
I think.
It lasts a while, but I think it has to be within a certain area of me.
Oh,
I mean, how far is the well from the house?
pretty
yeah,
far.
no, the disc always stays within 5 feet of me.
Okay.
That it's a different thing you guys are thinking of. It must be, because this one's mostly for carrying shit.
Okay. Well, all right. I mean, yeah, let's just give it a shot.
So what are you guys doing? Heading back into the house?
If
Yeah.
I could get a stab at the feel good stick, I would really appreciate that. And just one should be good.
How much feel good stick do we have? Because I'm at about a third down.
To note, we are at roughly 25, which is about halfway through my heal stick.
Right
All
on.
right. Well,
a new
I
heal
think
stick costs roughly 750 gold.
I owe
God,
you
yeah.
a feel stick, and I think we can afford one with the amount
I
of
think-
platinum that we have.
I think we,
Yeah.
that we crowdsource from party funds. the next one for sure.
Yeah. Hit me up before we go back in. I don't want to get manticoured again.
I will likely
Um,
hit up. So, who all needs it? Might
I
as well
just
top
need
ourselves
one.
off. Need one? Okay.
I'm at
5.
31 out of 47, so
Excellent.
probably 1, maybe 2.
All right.
Also, I have
So
a
that's
cure.
38. I could use another.
All right.
And yeah, that'll do. Actually, that's exactly it. Nice.
Alright, so Dorwin pulls out his trusty Cure Light Wounds wand and starts to channel just a little bit of energy just to get the circuits running.
Yeah.
And connects with Red, slowly recharging his body's vitality.
All right. Let's do this.
Also, I have a cure moderate wounds if shit hit the fan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, only
I-
use the big potions if we're getting fucked up.
Yeah.
Little stuff I can handle.
Yeah.
A bunch of big stuff
Deal.
is when we want those for
Yeah.
emergencies.
So
Okay.
at 6th level, I have this out of character. I have this ability called Light Steps. Pretty much, I can move as a full round action without touching the floor, basically. So I don't put any pressure on anything.
You still need a surface of contact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I won't be crumbling the floor underneath me, and I can walk on water, lava, things like that without making any checks or taking damage.
Think of Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Yeah.
Basically.
Like tippy toe
Uh,
crush it.
So just an FYI, because it says surfaces that are not able to support your weight, you can literally just throw things in the air to run over them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is
Yep,
super
it-
cool.
I just can't, like, I can throw a stack of papers, but I can't do like air.
What if,
Air,
like,
yeah.
if I cast Obscuring Mist? Can you
I
go
wouldn't.
on?
No,
No,
that
it
would
has-
be air.
It has to be a surface.
It has to be something.
Yeah.
So if
Ah.
I
Object.
held out my sword like up to a ledge, he could,
I could
walk
stand up,
up
yeah.
me,
Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah.
which is extremely cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So, which staircase do we want to take? The one in the middle or the curvy, cool-looking one by the manticore?
Hopefully this works.
Ooh, it
crossed.
does. Yay.
Right. It does work.
Curvy, 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 curvy.
And it looks
Okay.
like. Yeah, it looks like nobody has visionary.
Are you
symbolization.
self-describing there, Solera, or what's going on?
No comment.
Also, I love that it's like the traditional dynamic where you get to see as you're moving your token exactly what you'll be able to see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might be just because I put in dynamic update and not.
All right.
Oh no, never mind. There is no longer the update on drop
They
option.
don't drop. Oh, nice. So you can peek around corners now.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Nice, nice.
What is it? Oh,
If you just pick
Uh,
up and move your token around, you'll see extra.
Oh,
And I figure
yeah.
since we've explored the entire first floor,
Fancy.
it's not a bad thing to.
Nah,
What?
nah, it doesn't.
I love it.
Alright,
Yeah,
so
Alright.
you guys
I also agree
once
with
again,
the curved staircase. Seems sturdy.
once again walk into the mansion. This sort of old family, noble family home, and you can feel that sort of almost like acidic taste in the air, like metallic taste. It's not. It's somewhere close to the taste that you get in your mouth when you're tasting blood, but it feels even more metallic, and it has that sort of note of being closed up and stale air filled with a little bit of like spores and the smell of mold that just impregnates everything. And you can hear the sort of wind coming and going very slowly through the house, going.
Hey guys, the house is the ghoul.
All right. Which staircase are we taking into this ghoul then? This one or the one down there?
This one.
Okay. Robin, you first, and I'll follow up.
Yeah, so Robin's gonna play the game Floor is Lava. So he pretty much like climbs like walks casually along the walls and just like daintily uses light steps to like jump on the head of this manticore over to this wall, latching, and then he just sort of walks up the railing like it's nothing.
Hmm.
All right. Let's do the following since we're back onto the stage. Let's get everyone to roll those initiatives again.
Yeah. Also, just while that's coming in, I have a wand of shocking grasp from when we defeated the wizard. Does that basically work as just like a cattle prod?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes.
Now would using it trigger like does that cause an attacks of opportunity though?
No.
Yes, but
Casting,
Okay.
yes,
Yeah,
but
yeah, I
you
wasn't
hold
sure.
you hold the charge as the thing, so you can
No.
cast
Yeah.
it and
You
then
can-
move.
I don't think it
It's
No.
instantaneous.
I don't think triggering a magic item provokes
Oh,
attack.
doesn't it?
No,
I don't think so.
it doesn't.
I thought
hang on.
casting from a
I don't
wand
think
did, 'cause
wands-
it's like a spell.
I don't
I
think
know
wands
drinking
do.
a potion does.
Yeah. Because that was the thing. I don't know if I can, and I know I can't threaten with it. But I was wondering,
Spell
like,
spell trigger and spell completion do, but I
Ones
think-
don't provoke AOs.
Okay.
That's
they
convenient.
do not.
Like
They're
they do
spell
not.
trigger, which they do
That's-
not provoke.
Oh, good to know.
And
Then
then
I
it's the
will-
spell completion that does. Yeah.
Yeah.
awesome. So wait,
Scrolls do, wands don't.
got okay. I wasn't sure about the spell. Okay, I'll just shut up now. Excellent.
Yeah, it's
All right.
a
Well,
good
that's
thing
good
that
to
you
know.
brought it up.
I
got
will
wand in my
also
hand.
stealth.
I
Yeah.
do need Solera and Sigus
Oh,
to
that's
roll
me.
initiatives as well.
Yeah. Sorry.
Don't forget your token.
Wow. Nailed it.
Wow. First
Okay.
initiative, Sigus. He's a
I
fast
rolled a
one now
2.
that he's got this electric boogaloo thingamadoo.
That's-
All right. Whoops.
So
And let's see.
Saving the best for last again, I see.
Wait, I'm not going last.
Is that why I always go last?
Yeah.
Right. Sigus, it is your turn. As you see your companions begin to advance towards the second floor of this building.
they're on the second floor. I am going to pull out my wand, and I think I'm just going to, if an enemy, I'll delay. If not delay. What is it? If an
Prepare
enemy
an action?
rushes me, I'm gonna stab him with my wand.
Right, so you pull out your wand, and as you sort of prepare it, getting ready to react,
Mhm.
sort of infuse it with a little bit of magic, and we can see like as little bolts go from your hand up the length of the wand and then back down, getting it ready to prod with a potent shock anything that comes near you. Red, it is your turn.
All right. Seeing as how Robin is proceeded up the stairs, Red will roll a quick perception just to make sure he doesn't see any more hazards or hear any more hazards on this floor for his companions before he starts heading up.
All right, go ahead and give me that perception check.
29.
You can
Alright.
hear off in the distance that cry again, that sort of soft moaning and whimpering of a woman in distress.
And he'll kind of say quietly to the group, guys, don't forget there's the crying thing. I think it's probably another one of them ghosty type things, so probably don't walk into it like we did with the last one.
Could I roll on knowledge to see if I can identify a type of undead that would cry?
Sure, give me a knowledge religion.
Ugh,
That's
don't
that's
say
a good
that.
idea.
Ugh.
I mean,
No idea.
there's only one that is extremely famous for crying, and that is a banshee.
Oh, I don't like the sound of that. Alright. And then Red will roll a stealth check and proceed up the stairs after Robin.
All
Aren't
right,
those the ones that like age you or some shit?
No, they kill you.
they are known
Stealth.
as the aspects of death.
So 25,
Yeah,
and
so
I'm
Red, you sort of
heading up the stairs.
start to crouch a little bit, make your footsteps light, and you start to go up the stairs. And as you take like your maybe fourth or fifth step up the stairs, you hear, even though you were trying to be as stealthy as possible, you can hear the footsteps behind you go. Sorry, the stair steps going as they return to their original position. Sort of their natural flexibility enhanced by the humidity, giving them a very disturbing sound as they move and return.
He kind of shrugs towards Robin. It's like, hey. But yeah, that's it.
All right. Are you going all the way up?
Yeah, he'll go up as far as up to the next level. Yeah.
All right.
Whoa, I
Bye.
moved.
Yeah, you
I
did.
have red
Oh, I
vision.
see what's happening. Yeah, everyone has red vision.
Yeah, because we all have control of his token.
Okay.
Oh,
In
hang
case
on.
I'm a dumb.
Hang on. That is very weird. What is going on with that?
Door. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh,
there's a
it's-
door there.
Also,
no,
Robin is sliced in
one
half.
of the walls is not properly blocking sight.
You just need to extend it a bit.
Just be better.
Yeah, don't suck so much, Wilson. Jeez.
Damn.
Sorry, I didn't go that far.
Damn.
Yeah.
he,
No.
he is still a GM.
Savage.
I think it's working now. You just have
Alright.
the faux floor for the outside.
Oh, yeah, I see what you meant. Yeah, that's
Yep.
weird. All right, and I guess he'll cause so that was a move
That would have
and a
been
stealth.
30 feet of movement.
Okay.
So if you're moving at half, that's double
At
move.
half, that is a double move. That would be your entire turn.
Yeah, so
Difficult terrain.
then I'm done. Yeah.
All right, then Dorman, it is your turn. As you see Red try to stealthily move up, failing horrifically to do so as the stairs betray his position.
I'm just gonna move up all normal, like.
Yeah.
For my first movement, I get to the top, and then I will take my second movement.
So going up the stairs is half speed.
Difficult terrain.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
So you
So I
get
guess
15.
I'll double
and then
move.
30, and then you get another 15 on the second floor.
Yeah.
Okay. Second, I need to reorder. Zoop.
Welcome to Floor 2 Club.
But
Damn it.
What up?
So because it updates dynamically, I can't move you from one layer to another quickly without revealing. I guess I'll have to move you to a GM layer, move you over, and then drop you into the token layer.
gosh.
All right.
You can also copy, cut, paste.
No, because then I don't know if it's gonna properly place him in the right spot. That would be your.
If you
final.
click the square, that's where it will paste it.
I don't
wherever you
have
last-
margin of error here. Is the
Okay.
problem? Like even half a square off can reveal an entire room.
Okay.
But yeah. Alright, yeah, Dorban, you move up the stairs.
That's my 15.
Carefully. You do hear the footsteps behind you. Sort of. Alright. Robin, your two companions have gone up the stairs ahead of you, somehow managing to pass you by as you sort of dallied for just a moment at the top.
Yeah, I was sort of dicking around walking on the railing, but I'm like, you know what? I can just ignore difficult terrain by using my climb speed on the wall. So I'm just going to casually hop towards the wall and make sure that I'm up the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
Also, light
yes.
steps makes you ignore difficult terrain BT tips.
Oh, straight up. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, then there you go. I can just do that. Nice. That works.
You should be in the same square as Red right now.
I am. I'm just gonna 5 foot over. Oh, that is red.
Ah, man.
Yeah. Now we see the
That should
problem.
solve it. 'Cause
Okay,
everyone has
so
vision
I'm
in
just
mind.
I'm just gonna full round action to move twice my speed, ignoring difficult terrain, ignoring the creaky floors, ignoring any sort of hazards like that. I will. Do I need to stealth again, or what?
No, just the once.
No,
No?
just the
Okay.
once. I'll
No.
use your stealth check until something detects you, or otherwise you break your.
Okay, so I move maybe 10 feet up the stairs.
Uh, 10 feet. Period.
10 feet. Okay, so then that's another 10 feet. Are these doors open? The ones that I can see through?
No, that
like
is
I
the
can
dynamic lighting being very fucky.
Okay.
Yeah.
My god.
Yeah, yeah, I can see like this entire like this section of it.
Yeah.
It's because this corner right here, it's like there's a line doing this,
Yep.
and
Yeah.
then there's a line doing this, and they don't quite meet up, so they have to overlap in order to stop that.
Yeah, I remember Soren having difficulty with it, and then he ended up just like drawing like 6 lines over each door or some shit.
I just overlap anything that would just meet point to point.
Yeah,
And it
the
fixed
thing is,
that.
up until now, with the dynamic lighting that we had been using up until last
Yeah.
session, this map was working perfectly.
Yeah.
And now with
Now
the new
with
dynamic
everything.
lighting, everything's broken. It's like, oh god damn it.
Yeah. Damn.
I'm just fixing some.
Sure.
Yeah. Now you shouldn't be able to see into the room. You just have the
Yeah, it's just the fog now.
fog of war. I'm gonna deactivate the fog of war just. I know that it's helpful for you, but it's gonna break very often.
Okay, so that's working much better,
Yeah.
but I can still see through this.
That is because that door is open.
Okay, now I can. Okay, now it's working perfectly.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Yeah.
So it's yeah. Okay. So I moved a total of 20 feet in my first movement.
Yeah. Up the sides of the walls of the building. Your feet sort of feel a little bit icky as they sort of you sort of have a little bit of suction from the moss on the wall trying to latch onto your.
And at this point, I'm just going to just go to here and sort of like go up the wall and be at the like the corner of the wall and the ceiling and just ready in action to follow Dorbin as he moves along. And I'm just
Alright.
gonna be like hanging out all Spider-Man like.
All right. Give me just one very quick second here. I need to check my notes.
Wait, do you have a climb speed, or are you just able to walk on walls?
I'm just able to walk on walls. It gives me a climb speed of 30 though.
Okay, yeah, no,
Yeah.
I just thought because I know some classes have that ability, but they have to end up on the ground or something at the end of each turn.
Yeah, it's called Wall Runner. It's I think it's a trick, but
Yeah.
rogue trick. But I have the ninja one. Ninja one just gives you a climb speed.
Yep.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, it's just straight up better. All right. With that ends Robin's turn, and it is Silera's now. Silera, at the
I'm
bottom of
gonna
the stairs.
move. So I get half speed going up the stairs.
Yeah, going up the stairs. So
Okay,
the
gotcha.
stairs take up 30 feet of movement to go all the way up.
Yeah, and you've seen that the stealthing up the stairs really does not work.
I'm just gonna double move.
All right. So that would be.
Screw it.
You can
I'm
get
over it.
here.
Okay, cool. Thank you. And that's my turn.
All right. Sigis, you look around and you suddenly realize that the rest of your group has not waited for you. They have gone up the stairs.
That's okay. I waited for them to go up the stairs.
Myself.
15.
Siggy's opens the door, walks out of the house, and
Yeah,
blows it up with a fireball.
Fuck off.
So
I
you
go
make it
back
up.
to my own.
You can make it
Yeah.
up to the top of the stairs. However, due to a traffic jam, you are unable to push past your companions.
It's a pat Red on the butt and be like, "Go get him, champ."
All right, Red.
Buy me
as-
dinner first,
No.
or at least pay me back for that roll.
Okay, you can pay. I'll pay. You pay for the roll, and I'll pay for the roll, and you can pay me back for the magical feather.
Hmm. I'll let that one go.
Yeah, I thought so.
All right. So I'm gonna move ahead. I'm still using the stealth check from before, right? Or do I have to re-roll?
If you're still trying to keep your presence unknown, you can keep using the stealth check from before.
Okay, so I'm gonna move 15 to there, and do I see? I think that's a bathroom that's open down there, right?
I can't see where you ended
At the
up.
end of the hallway,
There
yeah.
you go.
Yeah,
Yes,
it looks
that
like
door.
a tub.
Yeah, that door is open. There is no tub. You are seeing the remains of the support beams, where the entire floor has collapsed into the ground level. There used to be a bathtub there. Robin made sure that it was no longer in this floor.
To be fair to Robin, I don't think that was his fault. He just kind of went through the floor above, hit that one, and kept going.
You do see to your left there is an open door leading into a small room with a stairwell. To your right, there's a little bit of like an
there's that
outcrop
weird.
from the hallway that has a door at the end, and it looks like it might lead into another room. In the hallway, you have a double door to your right and to your left. In case you can't see them on the map, there's one here.
Yeah, I can see them. The new dynamic lighting is working better for that.
Okay,
We can
so
see
these
doors
two
now.
and these two. There's a
Okay.
door there. There's another door all the way over here. You
Mm-hmm.
can see. And then there's
Yep.
a hint of a hallway going that way.
All right. So Red is gonna kind of look around and clear the room so that we don't that's open, so we don't get snuck up on from behind. So he's gonna do a double move into this room and realize that it's the stairs coming from downstairs, and that's my
Alright.
turn.
Right. So like a practiced tactician, Red takes a left into that room, getting ready to defend against any unseen enemies. Corbin, it is your turn.
All right. Well, guess I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit. The guy with 0 dex, about to take a tumble. Let me know if I fall.
Do you want the disc? Like,
I mean, Dorva's not really worried about it.
okay.
It's like what, 10 feet down? I'll be alright.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try to open this door.
let's go into the basement. That's more.
Unless they have double ceilings.
All right. Right. So you start to turn the handle. It clicks. You push forward, and you're like half expecting it to present the resistance that the doors below presented. You sort of go huh! As you almost throw yourself into the room, and the door just swings open smoothly.
Thank God.
The one door that works in this freaking house.
Inside this room, you see what looks like a old bed. Where once there would have been a mattress, remains the moldy growth of a fungi bed. The wood seems to be overgrown by these elongated stalks of mushrooms. To the side, you see a pair of boots, too small to be an adult's. They're very clearly meant for a child not 10 years of age. And you can tell that there are some scorch marks here and there in the walls, but it has mostly been overtaken by the sort of mossy overgrowth.
Does this look like the moss that was in the hallway downstairs?
It looks like the same moss that has that is overtaking most of the house. The sort of
Okay.
greenish, yellowish moss.
So not the blue stuff.
No, not the blue bioluminescent one. No.
And the boots, do they look like super old, tattered and shit, or
Give me an appraisal check.
appraisal? Shit,
Yeah,
I don't have that on my macro bar.
get wrecked.
Oh
Damn.
shit!
Hot damn.
Just
I guess
casual
I'm
nat
gonna
20.
get wrecked. The boots appear to
Easy
be,
clap.
They appear to be pretty old. They seem to be at the very least 15 years old since anyone touched them. You can tell like the leather has lost its sheen. It has a cover of dust that also looks like it's been damaged by passively absorbing humidity. You can tell there's little cracks on the outside, and the inside of the boot has a little bit of a white sort of fluff to it, like almost like down feathers that you can tell is like a layer of moss, white moss, thrown on the.
All right. Do I see anything that kind of stands out to me at all?
What I have described.
Uh, I don't see any other doors, right? Oh, there's more. There's more to the room, I guess.
Give me a perception check.
All right. Perception.
I'm gonna put you on the.
Yeah, I just couldn't be on it at the when I originally
Yeah,
placed my
yeah,
character because.
So you can tell that like as you peek your head in, there's a little bit of crevice, like an outcrop of the room itself that sort of wraps around the wall, back towards the hallway. Um, you really can't see into it without stepping properly into the room. And aside from that, you do see the three windows, much like the windows in the ground floor, are completely stained to the point where just the bare minimum amount of light is coming through.
All right. I guess I'll continue to inspect the room.
Right. Um, so as you come around the corner, you see what looks like a rather large chest with a small stool. The outside of this chest looks to be like a very thin layer of leather wrapped around whatever the interior of the chest is made of, with rivets of iron and copper.
All right. Robin, got a chest in here, or wouldn't be surprised if it's kids' toys.
All right, I'm just gonna use my prepared action to follow Dorbin into this room,
All right.
and I'm just gonna go right there. And all right, yeah.
Also, I'll take out my axe, just in
Alright.
case.
You gonna chop it open?
No,
Robin,
I'm just prepared if it comes alive or something.
you
Haunts
leap
us through it.
from. Sorry, Robin, you leap from one wall to another, roll around the sides of the hallways, and around the corner wall, and onto the floor of this room, and before this chest, rather large, leather bound, and with a rather simple looking but pretty thick looking lock at its center.
Is it beside Dorbin right here?
No, your token is literally taking up half of it.
Oh, I
It's
thought that was a bed.
No, that is
Okay.
a red leather
Okay.
chest.
That's the chest.
What's
This
in
is
the
bed.
box?
Yeah, I guess I'll take a look at it.
All right.
And
Are you trying to crack it open?
no, I'm just gonna glance over it.
Okay, then
Maybe it's probably like a toy chest.
Sure, give me a perception check. It looks like a pretty
Toy
hefty,
chest.
well-built chest. You gander that the lock on it. It looks like to be pretty complex. very solidly built, probably strong enough to resist a blow from an axe or a pickaxe. Aside from that, you can't really glean much more information about the chest.
You want me to open it?
Yeah.
All right, fuck it.
All right, so you go to place your tools inside of the lock, and you're trying to find that first tumbler. Like, try to go a little bit deeper, and all the tumblers are already up. The lock seems to be unlocked.
So, so Robin's gonna be like, got it. Flips it open.
You're definitely lying.
Oh my
Let-
god!
No.
Meets it beats. Meets it
Yep.
beats.
It beats.
It was fucking close though.
Yeah, it
like
was.
for-
With
for-
that one, it was
Yeah.
close.
Yeah.
Jordan, for a
We
moment, it's
both
like
rolled below 5.
Yeah.
Jordan, for a moment, it's like, oh wow, that was pretty quick. That was
Wait a
Dude,
I'm
second.
fucking with you. I can't do it that fast.
right. So Robin, you pretend to unlock the lock and push open the lid, revealing that inside there are several wooden toys piled up, taking about 3/4 of the interior of the chest. The remainder of that chest remains empty.
Toy chest. Told you so.
Actually, I told you so.
Oh. Well, I also said it, so I also
Nice
told
job,
you so.
Timon.
There you go.
Atop the pile of toys, perhaps in the most reputable throne-like position within that chaos, stands a wooden toy soldier that seems to carry a greatsword and is sort of, striking a pose as they hold their greatsword with one hand behind their back and the other curled into a fist, shaking it at some unseen entity.
Has the humidity fucked with this chest at all?
Seems like the contents of the chest have remained pretty safe from damage, but give me an appraisal check.
Okie dokie.
All of the toys in that chest seem to be of very fine make. However, the toy soldier seems to have received quite a bit of use in its years from a perhaps very active imagination of a kid.
So Robin's gonna mention that to Dorvin. He's gonna be like, "Yeah, I noticed that this toy soldier has probably been used the most. I kind of don't really want to fuck with it. I kind of would just prefer to leave it here, and once we solve this, we might be able to bring some toys back for the kids. But it might be useful. I don't know if I should take it or not."
And that will bring your turn to an end, Robin. Salera, it is your turn. Salera.
Sing for us. Sing. Oh, talk
Womp
not on mute.
Do we lose her? Oh yeah, lost internet again. Hang on.
Okay.
Rip.
Classic. Classic Scrubs with no internet. Says the guy whose internet keeps cutting out.
Pathetic. These
I had mine cut out
scrubs.
during a work call with a client. That was great.
Yep. My internet connection has been cutting off about 2 to 3 times every day, and it cuts off for like 20 minutes at a time while I'm trying to
Hello.
work on.
Hello.
Hey.
We're back.
Sorry, guys.
Welcome
I
back.
don't.
Yep. Don't
We're
worry
gonna
about
have
it.
somebody look at the internet at some point, hopefully.
So frustrated.
Yeah. Don't
Stop
worry about
kicking
it.
the modem.
So
I
much
know,
fun
right?
though.
It does this like relatively often now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I was telling the guys that I've been having a very similar issue where my internet will cut for 20 minutes at a time, about 3 to 4 times every day now.
Oof.
Yeah.
Ours just cuts for a little bit, but the issue is usually that it'll cut and then come back for like 5 minutes, then cut again, then come back for like 2 minutes, then cut again, and then come back, and then it'll be solid for a couple hours.
We'll just have to bear with it for the time
Yep.
being. All right, so I don't know if at which point you guys...
Last we heard
soldier.
was Robin was saying
Right. The last
was
thing
in the middle of.
Yeah, the last bit was Robin was pointing out that the toys inside of the chest seemed to be in good condition, and the toy soldier was the one that got the most use. And that probably you guys can come back at a later point to take some toys for the kids if it turns out that you manage to resolve whatever is going on. However, at the end of that, that was the end of Robin's turn, and it is Hilarious now.
Gotcha.
Okay. I'm gonna go to like here, and can I do a quick perception?
Sure. I'll just
So I'm
start
like-
speaking and describing things as you
Okay.
walk down the hallway. You see to your right the opening, which you can catch sort of the backside of a doorbell inside of this room that seems to at one point have housed a rather small child-sized bed, besides which a pair of boots remain. And Dorban seems to be having a conversation with Robin. To the north, however, you see the hallway sort of stretches forward. You have a double door to your left and right. At the end of the hallway, it sort of splits in two directions. The front-facing wall, you see the door opens into an abyss. To the right, you see a door, and to the left, you see the hint of the hallway.
Okay.
Besides that, what you have seen up until now. Now,
Okay.
give me...
Oh no.
Fortitude.
Rip, guys.
A reflex save. You fall through the floor. You're the third person to walk on it.
Give me
Hey.
a... No, I'll use that same perception. You do hear the crying a little bit louder coming from above, and you can tell that there's like a certain, how to put it, like little bit of dust in there. Like it's starting to get a little bit duffier than before. Every now and then you move around and you can see the cloud of dust.
Does it affect anything besides like me? Like does it affect
No,
my
it's
breathing? It's just
uncomfortable.
noticeable.
It's just
It's
noticeable.
Okay.
old house dust.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
all house dust.
I gotcha.
It's all
And-
skin cells and spider webs.
Cool. I'm gonna just kind of be, hey guys. Hey, how's it going? Is the door open or closed?
It's
open.
The door is open and you should be able to see into.
Okay, cool. I figured because I could see, but
Yeah, you can see the back of Dorban.
hey, Dorban.
Rob says nothing.
What's up?
Hey, Dorban. Do you want me to try and check the other rooms, or do you need some assistance in here?
Go check other rooms.
Deal. So I'm
Be
gonna
careful of
go-
the floor, though. You may
What?
want to inspect it to make sure you don't fall through.
Okay. I've inspected as much as I can for. I'm gonna go to this right here, carefully, and I am going to see maybe perception just this doorway. Is this a door or a closet
Yeah,
or a window?
it's a double door that
Okay.
seems to be pretty regal. And now that you're close to it and looking at front first, you can tell that there's this like slight higher detail to the making of the door. Seems to be of a sturdier, thicker wood, like probably an aged and dried and then varnished, like heavy wood. And into that door have been carved the symmetrically two symbols of the foxglove. of the Foxglove family. So that you see the wreath of death bell.
That makes me not want to open it. I am going to stay here and not open anything for the moment, but I am going to prepare my rapier in the event that something jumps out I can attack.
All right. Sigis, the path ahead is once more clear.
Got it. I have no vision though, fortunately.
That is because all the
Uh,
light sources moved away.
No, he still has a light source.
Oh, it came in now.
Yeah, for some reason, when tokens are touching the walls, they immediately lose vision.
Okay.
Weird.
So
Yep.
I'm going to be really closely looking at the floor, and looking for areas that are more solid, to kind of step on. And when in doubt, I'm walking near the walls where there'll be a little more support.
Right.
So I'm going to go like 10, and there's a big hole in the floor there. So I think I'm going to kind of gaze around. Do I still have that map?
You do have, if you, I don't know if you, I can't remember if you guys picked up the architecture, the architect
I don't know.
blueprints.
I don't think we grabbed them. I think we looked at them.
I'll say that Sig is,
If not, I can go back and get that.
you can probably, you did look at them in depth, so I'll say that you can remember them.
Okay.
Give me an intelligence check. Just flat out intelligence.
Yeah.
Just to see how well Sigus can recall the details of those blueprints.
Yep.
You're pretty certain.
Yep.
The door to your right, as far as you can remember, leads to this door over here. Here leads to the musicians gallery. The door that Suller is standing in front of leads to two rooms in sequence. The first one being
Okay.
the family heirlooms, and then after that is the master bedroom. And across across the hallway is a bathroom. To the right, there's a secondary bedroom. To the left is the secondary master bed.
Got ya. Okay. I am going to kind of walk over here, skirting the big hole,
Skirt.
and go to this door, and I'm going to cautiously open the door.
Hey.
All right. You carefully put your hands on those doorknobs, pull them down, turn them, click satisfactory, push gently, and it without any kind of friction.
Amazing.
Nice.
Like nature
Revealing,
intended.
on the other
Good work.
side, a rather open space where a couch that seems to be a much more recent addition to this room stands, overlooking a nice rug, and then across from it, 5 vitro windows that look into the waters.
All right.
Give me a perception check.
Perception. I'm just gonna base this.
All about that base. About that base.
No trouble.
Oh, cool! It doesn't even pop up until the dice finishes rolling.
Yep.
It's fun.
All right. So you can see sort of the vague images seem to be very animalistic in nature, save for one of them that seems to be the silhouette of a woman and a spider hanging overhead. It's kind of hard to tell because there is not much light coming through, so you would need to get a lot closer to get a proper
Got ya.
going on.
All right.
Right. think that would be the end of your turn.
Yeah.
Right, Red, it is your turn. More. Red,
He's muted.
you're muted, boy.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I had myself muted while I was playing with the sensitivity. My bad.
Right.
Right. So Red's seen everyone else waltzing around, and they don't seem to be doing no sneaks. So he's gonna go follow the squishies
All right.
because that seems smart.
Thank yous.
So he will move 20 feet, see those guys, and then move the remainder of his movement to stand here and say, you guys can go check out the room. I'll keep an eye on the hallway. Holla if you need help. And
Deal.
yeah, basically ready in action to
Attack anything coming in, I'm guessing.
yeah, attack if a hostile gets in range.
All right. Then once again, Red, you sort of communicate with your party members, get ready, sort of gesture for them to go in, ready your rapier. Sorry, you're using a longsword, right?
Yes.
You ready your longsword, ready to strike back at anything for your friends. Dorbin, it is your turn.
Alrighty. Well, alright, well, I guess I'll come back and look at, grab that later. Let's see.
Oh,
Fine.
Red'll also yell back at Dorbin. Hey, Dorbin, you might want to grab that doll. If this is haunt, maybe the one that they like will make them happy.
I'm gonna go ahead and not touch a haunted house item, thanks.
I get where
Okay.
you're coming from, though.
We'll go to here.
Oh, I think I know what's fucking up the lighting. Whichever token you moved last is the one that you have vision on, and because we all have vision on Red, whenever Red moves, we all lose vision. Like I don't sight anymore on Robin.
Huh.
No, because nobody else is losing vision on theirs.
No, I'm not losing vision ever.
Do
I
I
was the
have?
first one into that room.
Do you have a light source right now?
I do.
Alright, just for the sake of testing that, I'll change the access to Red's character sheet so that it's back.
I don't think we all need it anymore because Red
Nope.
seems to be pretty much here the entire time. So
Yeah, he's not going. No one's going outside anymore. So
Yeah,
exactly.
there's no band right now, so that's not an issue.
Hey, just give me 1 second because it's very slow.
And then once I moved myself, I got vision back.
Weird.
I think it's more so that your token is not properly dropping and you end up losing track of the token. It gets sort of desync.
Maybe, but I didn't touch it, and it just suddenly lost vision.
Oh, that's weird. In any case, Jorvin, you leave the room, come across your companions, and you're continuing down the hallway?
yeah.
Or are you stopping there?
Then we continue down the hallway.
Okay.
Go here. I'm gonna head towards this door, and that's a double move. I'm just gonna go the door, I guess, unless I can open it as part of my double move.
Notice that there's a door that's supposed to be closed. That is.
Right,
Right, yeah. Yeah, no. I mean, you know from the blueprints that there is a set of stairs there, but the door is closed.
Oh yeah.
You can tell that as you're passing by the hallway, you sort of look to the left, you see the door is closed, and it is not just closed. A set of chains has been strapped to a sort of blockade, a wooden blockade, keep that door properly locked in place.
Probably the back.
Come again?
That busted through the ceiling because Robin made a hole in the ceiling. No. I let know that there's a chain door to our west or to their northwest.
Okay. Do you want
Oh,
to
nice.
open that door?
If I can, as part of a move action, yes.
Yeah, that will conclude your turn as you open the door.
Yeah.
Right. As you once again you gently turn the knob and push the door open, you find inside a room that seems to be a little bit more overgrown with uh, this sort of moss. But here, you can tell the color sort of shifts from this greenish moss to a more blue tinged one. And at the sort of corner of the room, you see an overgrowth of this of this moss, sort of becoming a pulsing mass of biomass. Uh, it almost feels like it has a heartbeat as it sort of undulates with the wind.
Guys, got undulating moss in here and it's gross.
So light it on fire if you don't like it. It's a
We
plant.
have 8 more bomb.
I'm gonna not do that while we're still in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah, no bomb for sure. Fire,
I'll do it.
yes.
No
I mean,
fire.
fire also
This-
not while we're still in the house.
Yeah.
But fire's so much more
No,
fiery.
it's no different. Literally no different.
Robin?
Robin's gonna go Alexo. He's gonna go to here as a single move, and he's going to just ready an action to move with the party.
I'm just waiting to see. Okay, yeah. So you pass besides your party members. You stand behind Dorban. You can see the same as I mentioned before. The sort of room that it was clear at some point, a bedroom, still has sort of the bed with its original sheets, which have turned this gray and sort of tarnished black color, and the rest of the wood inside of that room is overgrown by this green and then blue and then sort of brownish black moss and fungus.
And you said that this door had chains on it?
The one to your left,
Oh, the one to my left.
that one. It has
Okay.
a wooden sort of two wooden planks, and then chains wrapped around that, and the door itself, sort of holding everything in place.
Okay.
Right. Salera, it is your turn.
So I hate to do this to you, but I cannot see any.
That's fine.
Try moving your token back and forth.
I
Oh,
should've
oh,
fixed it.
oh, magic. Literal magic. Gotcha.
It's because red moved and it took away your vision. Yeah.
Red, you're the
We'll figure it out.
Okay.
Problem
I
shouldn't
am
come back.
I I am going to cautiously step into this room. And I'm going to look around and kind of inspect to see what the heck is
Right.
in.
So as I mentioned before, you see the sofa in front of you. That seems to be rather newish, definitely newer than the rest of the furniture in this house. On the other side of that sofa, you see this blue and golden rug, and across from you, you see what at one point must have been a piano placed against the wall, in front of these 5 vitro windows. And give me a perception check.
This was the music room, wasn't it?
Yeah, the musician's gallery. So
Okay.
you see the general depictions in the vitros. You see scorpion in one, a spider in another, a man that seems to have something hanging from his arms. This maiden, sort of this woman that looks to be scantily clothed in a very Roman style kind of painting, with the spider hanging over it. But it's hard to see the details on the paintings as you get closer, especially now that the outside of the house seems to be cloudy.
Are there any like loose papers or other like smaller items that are anywhere in this room?
Doesn't seem like it.
Can I move forward to look at these better?
Yeah, you can use the rest of your movement to get closer.
Pull out things.
Right.
And you
Uh,
fall through the floor.
Now that you're
Great.
pretty close to them, you can tell definitely what they are. As you look around, you see from north to south, so uh, top right to bottom right. In order, the vitros depict the following image. The first one is a pale and ghostly scorpion poised, ready to strike with its stinger, as its body sort of wraps around the height of the window. Next to it, you see the image of a man with their arms sort of half outstretched, and from their arms, what seem to be from far away the like silhouette of a cape. Now that you're close to it, it turns out is a swarm of bats hanging from his arms as if sleeping. In the next one, you see what looks to be a massive moth, which from far away seemed to be a butterfly. And now that you're sort of getting a good look at it, the circles, the pattern on the moth's wings seems to be that of a skull on each wings. Next to it, to your right, you see uh, the sort of tangle of vines and flowers. And it takes you a moment because it's in a different configuration, but it is it looks like it is death bell once again, sort of bell shaped flowers hanging sadly and loosely towards the ground. And the final one, you see once again this woman scantily clothed, uh, refreshing herself in what looks to be a forest with a waterfall behind her. And from above, uh, slowly uh, weaving her web, is a massive spider. This, in comparison to the woman, it looks to be about the size of a large dog, and you can tell that there's a drip of venom.
Well, cool. I've seen enough. Gonna double move and I'm gonna be like, bye. Here. That's my turn.
All right. You sort of went in, took a good look at the art, and went, "Yeah, this is a wonderful museum," and got the fuck out of there. All right, Sigus, top of the round. It is your turn once more.
All right, Sigus is interested in the items, but he's gonna look around. Well, first thing he's gonna scan around for things that, like the couch and the rug, especially to see if anything's if because they're new. He's gonna look for one if they're worth anything, and then also to see if they were like have been moved to like hide something potentially. Um,
Give me a perception check.
yeah. To there. Nailed it.
It's hard to tell if
Even better than Solera.
as you're sort of looking for tracks or skid marks, you actually do notice the fact that even though the furniture looks to be very recent in comparison to everything else, there's no skid marks or drag marks or like midges on the wood. It sort of seems to blend in with the moss on the ground. Seems like the somehow this sofa was placed here without any kind of disturbance to the fauna beneath you.
Got
Sorry,
ya.
the flora
Um,
beneath you.
the couch and the just the couch
The couch and the
um,
rag. The rug you would
and the
have to
rug.
pick it up in order to tell better.
Yeah, so I'm gonna peer under the rug.
Right.
Lift it up.
Yeah, no, it looks to be pretty much the same. And as you sort of
This is
looking
fun.
in, underneath the rug, you sort of look a little bit. You can see a little bit underneath the sofa, and it doesn't seem to be like there's anything there
Cool.
aside from the moss that seems to be omnipresent.
Okay. Um.
From this distance, you can tell the detail that Soler was able to
Mhm.
see on the different intro.
Got ya. Interesting. Does it look like on the couch? Does it look like someone sat in it a bunch, or
It
it's
does
just
seem to have a little bit of an impression like somebody used it somewhat recently.
I'm gonna sit down.
You're
I'm
gonna
gonna
sit
sit
down?
down and stare at the window.
Right.
Take
You
a
sit-
second.
Prepare to
think.
be a ghost
You
possession.
sit down and you end up facing the Vitros.
Mhm.
And as sort of you see like a little bit of light coming in, and like from time to time you see a little bit of a flash of light from behind the Vitros. And you're you're not sure if you just hadn't noticed before, but it looks like a storm is brewing in the horizon, and you're catching every now and then the flashes of light.
Okay. I'm going to go wander over and take a look at the storm.
Sure.
And
You can't
so it,
really see the storm. You sort of have to because the vitro is full color, right?
yeah.
So you see everything very distorted, but you can tell that there's, as far as the eye can see, well into the horizon, there seems to be black clouds stretching into
Got
the
ya.
distance.
All right. I'm going to yell that there's a looks like a big storm's coming, so we should, not be in this rickety house once it hits.
I guess
Uh,
as you end your turn within the room, give me a knowledge arcana.
Knowledge Arcana.
Yeah.
Mm, knowledge. Oh,
There you go.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
yep.
You sort of look back as you're probably moving away from the patrol, and you think you caught a glimpse of like the image in the vitro moving for a second. And then you look again, and it seems like the lighting is playing tricks on you.
Okay. Alrighty then. I don't know if that's I think that would probably be my turn. Otherwise, I'll just move back as much as I can towards the door.
I would say you can move as far as the rug.
Sweet.
Red, it is your turn.
Red's gonna kind of look at Teller
So I
and be
know
like,
what's up.
"Are you guys okay here
At least
for
over
a
a month
second?"
ago.
Yes.
All right. And he's gonna kind of shuffle on back on down the hallway for a second. I just gotta turn the red dot off on my thingy before I forget. So he's gonna go shmea, 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 shmea,
I'm
and
waiting to see what movement you just took, because
I let it go, so it should have done the
yeah,
thing.
it just takes a while because on my end. All right, so you go back into the child's room.
And the chest is here, right?
Yeah, it is. It's wide open, and you can see the toys inside.
All right. Red's gonna start into his next move, walk over and grab the toy soldier and just kind of stuff it in one of his inner pockets if he can.
All right. The toy soldier is about a foot tall.
Oh, okay. Maybe
It is
backpack then.
it is less a toy and more like an action figure, if anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
So
it's
he'll
made of wood, and it seems to be pretty delicate in terms of how much movement.
grab it and shove it in a backpack.
All right.
Um,
I think, yeah, that will be your turn because
Yep.
it would take a few moments to put it into the backpack and what. Robin.
Yeah, I was gonna try to keep moving if I was pocketing it, but not so much now.
Yeah, reach in. You have to open the chest. Corbin.
All right, I'm waiting for page to reload because I did not have vision. There it goes.
You just have to move your token.
Yeah, but I figured I'd just fix the issue.
Get
Can I look around the room, see if I see anything that kind of stands out other than the moss
Sure.
that undulates?
Give me another perception check. Take a moment to look around. You see the
Easy clap.
You see the bed with those horrifically stained sheets. It almost looks like there's there's a little bit of blood where uh, the moss has grown bluish black. There seems to be the remains of some animal mixed into that sort of homogeneous biomass.
Ugh. All right, I'll convey that to the group, and then I'll turn around and ask Robin, do you think we should go through the locked door?
I mean, yes. Always.
All right. I will.
Wait, can't you see through walls and shit?
I can see through a door, yeah. Takes a minute
Yes.
for me to do it, though.
All right, see if something's locked in there for a reason, or if there's good shit in there. You know.
All right.
That's a very good point.
Let me double check that ability real quick.
Robin will use his prepared action to follow Dorbin.
Funny because
Class features.
my non-GM vision on the second on Firefox updates faster than the GM vision. All right.
Yeah, it takes me a minute, so I'll be sitting here for 10 turns.
Sure.
Right. So just an FYI, the door that is locked up with chains is the
Oh,
one
it's that one,
over
yeah.
here. This one seems
You're
to
right.
just be a normal door.
Yeah, all right. I'll be looking at this one.
Okay. So 10 rounds is going to be what we're waiting for.
Yeah.
So Robin, it is your turn.
Long ass casting time.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm just gonna, while he's doing that, I'm just going to, I mean, I guess I can just take 10 on a perception just to take a look at the door, gather
Which one?
the one with the chains on it,
All right.
see if I can, gather anything relevant.
It has a rather sturdy looking padlock at the center of the chains, sort of holding the entire construct together. And as you sort of give me a perception check.
Can I take 10?
If you're gonna if you're gonna take a full minute with Dorbin,
Yeah,
I'll allow it.
yeah, I get a 16.
So you're sort of you're gonna spend the next minute together with Dorbin as you're exploring this door. There are two padlocks, in fact. They're sort of put back to back, one facing the door and one facing the front. As you sort of rattle the chains a little bit. The two padlocks are chained at differing points in the structure, but they're keeping the entire thing together. You would need to unlock both of them to disassemble this thing.
Okay.
Aside from that, seems like it was done by someone who has some knowledge of construction, but very clearly did it in a very sloppy manner. Just sort of hastily put together.
Okay, so as Dorbin's looking through it, I'm gonna be like, yeah. So I kind of feel like something was locked in here, kind of hastily. I feel like if somebody was trying to protect valuables, they'd do it in a more thought out manner.
Gotcha.
So that conversation will sort of happen in a couple seconds. As Solera, it is your turn, and you can hear the other two have gone and are sort of finicking with the door.
I'm going to say to Sigus that I'm going to open the other door across the hall, just so that he knows. And then I'm going to move here. And then I'm going to be like, all right, Solera, your dad did not raise a bitch. So you're going to open this door and you're going to put your big girl pants on and everything's going to be okay. And that's my pep talk to myself. And I'm going to open this
Right.
as carefully as I can.
Yeah. So you can tell from how the door is shaped that these pair of doors open outwards. So you need to pull on them.
Okay.
And as you do, they sort of have a little bit of resistance, but more so than anything because they are heavy and very thick doors. You manage to force them open, and as they do, you get sort of a waft of stale and slightly colder air. You feel sort of a chill running down your spine as you look into the room and see the interior. That is very weird.
Yeah.
What is going on with that?
Shadowy.
More weird lighting stuff.
Yeah, very weird.
little
Oh,
bit.
it's because we can see Siggis's light reaching within Silara's dark vision. That is very bizarre.
That's funny.
Yeah, so Silara,
It's
you
okay.
see.
I can see.
Yeah,
kind
so
of.
within the range of Siggis's light, you can see in color, and then outside of that, you see. So what you see inside is a lovely sort of tapestry rug sprayed out along the length of the room that starts and ends with a wreath of deathbell. And at the center, you see a shield sporting the symbol of Magnamar, surrounded by a rather older symbol that you don't quite recognize. Uh, there is a fireplace to your right, on top of which, on the mantle, are several portraits, like family pictures, all of which have a thick layer of dust covering the image. And then, separate to all of those on the mantle, is a larger, much more imposing portrait, which once again is sort of covered in a layer of dust that takes about 3 feet by 2.5, 3 by 2 feet large portrait, sort of drawn in a landscape layout, hanging at the center of that northern wall.
Do I recognize that painting of the landscape where that is located? Is that Magnamar
So
or?
just to clarify, the layout of the portrait is landscape, so it's wider than it is
I gotcha.
taller.
I gotcha. Sorry.
Yeah.
I heard landscape and I was like, where is this?
No. It's like the image itself is caked with dust. You would need to clean it out in order to see what's
Okay.
behind it.
This rug that is, or yeah, this item that's on the ground, does it look like it's been there a long time or does it look relatively new?
It looks pretty old, as
Okay.
most tapestries do, even when you just got them. But it seems to have been here for quite a while. However, it does seem
Okay.
to be in very good shape for that.
Okay. So I'm going to slowly move in here, being cautious not to step on it. And can I kind of like get close to it and inspect it and see if there's any, without touching it, see if there's any like bumps in it or concerned about traps or anything underneath it without
There
wanting
seems
to
to be a
disturb it.
layer of glass between the paintings themselves, so it seems to be like a proper high quality frame, like a picture frame that is
Gotcha.
hosting each of the different paintings. And you can just like barely see the silhouettes of people in the ones on the mantle, and the silhouette of a man in some kind of context. Hard to tell, probably inside of a room on the much larger one.
Okay. I am going to, and you said on the north wall is where these paintings are?
Yeah, so you see
Okay.
the fireplace right there has on
Yeah.
its mantle several small portraits. And then there's a large one stands across the stairs.
I am going to try and take my little handkerchief out. Mom always told me have a handkerchief, and I'm gonna try and clean off some of the paintings, see what the images are of.
Right? So it's going to take you about a full standard action to clean the large one, at least cursory cleaning,
Okay.
and then about a move action each of the small portraits. All in all, there's the let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 portraits in total.
Okay.
So there's 6 on the mantle, and then one large one separate to the right. So as you clean this first one and you sort of dust it off, you can tell that there's even a layer of cobwebs in one of the corners of this painting. As you're removing the cobwebs, you see this rather tall man. He seems to be middle aged, long black, straight hair. He seems to be rather clean shaven, just just sort of a 5 o'clock shade to, and he's sporting dark blue and golden robes. I identify them as foxglove. And he's standing with a goblet in his hand and a walking cane in his other. He's sort of proudly looking upon the interior of a what looks to be like a some kind of laboratory slash library. Like you can tell the background is filled with books, and then there's some kind of baubles and uh, liquids in those baubles to the left in the painting. And he's sort of striking this imposing figure. And as you sort of dust off the bottom of the painting, you see the plaque of the portrait frame itself, and it reads Voral Foxglove.
Hmm. Papa Foxglove, probably.
I'll just post
Or
it on
Granddad Fox. Cool.
post it in the chat just so that you have the reference later. Yeah, and that is going to be your turn. Sigis, it is yours.
All right, so I'm going to move into the main room, and I guess I'm just going to follow Silera kind of into this room.
Yeah, you see her cleaning those portraits, dusting them off, removing the cobwebs. And she's sort of holding this large painting with both hands and staring at it for a moment.
I would like to take a quizzical look at that painting and give it a quick appraise.
Sure, give
See
me
if
an
I can.
appraise check. Like, it seems to be pretty well made, but you should have a good eye for art in order to appreciate it.
Hell yeah.
Probably.
Who wants a painting of Voral Foxglove?
It'd be weird to try and sell this because it is a painting of a noble from the local lands. So it's not like personal portraits are very hard to sell.
That's fair.
But perhaps it's worth like 50, 100 gold, maybe 200. Depends on who the fuck is buying it. It'd be
not
hard
bad.
to place a price on it. It's very well made.
That's fair. I was just curious.
Right.
I'm gonna kind of keep going, and I think this opens to the other side, if I
So
understand correctly.
yeah, on the other
And
side of that door, you remember the blueprints say it's the master bedroom.
okay, got ya. It's I wasn't sure if it was the other hall too.
There's a secondary master, which is a very weird construction.
Got ya.
Double bedroom.
And I guess I'm gonna
Wow.
open that door.
All right.
Yeah.
You open the door and you see a
Ooh.
rather well kept room. It seems like the moss that has taken over the rest of the house hasn't quite had the same impact in this room. Uh, Sort of crawls up to the threshold of that door and ends there. And you see this beautiful sort of reddish, almost like sequoia tree wooden planks forming the floor of this room.
Ooh.
A nice chandelier hanging from above. The rug square, sort of in the landing area in front of the door, and opposite you on the other end, you see the bed with the sort of um, what is it called? The overhead thing.
Oh, like the four-poster
Oh,
bed
yeah,
kind
it's a
of thing?
four-poster.
Yeah, it's a four-post bed that has its drapes pulled back, so you can see the bed is seems to be made, and it seems to be like slightly ruffled up, but all in all, in one piece and probably had some use recently.
Well, that's weird. Unless like Foxglove dude is like here living in the basement.
We know
Um,
Foxglove was here recently, at least. Like within the last week or two while
yeah.
we've been here.
Um, all right. Guess I'm gonna take a couple steps in and kind of look around. Apart from the bed, what else is in the room?
So as you walk in, you do see to your left is a sort of against the far corner is a desk that has some writing utensils. Um, to your right, sort of north on the map, is a small fireplace and a bookcase. And in this corner is a vanity.
Okay.
Everything seems to be pretty clean and in order.
Awesome. Um, I'm going to wander over to the desk and see if there's any important papers
Right?
or anything that would explain
So,
about who's living here.
there's a half-used stack of paper, and by that I mean uh, there's a box that is about half full with parchment paper, all of which is blank, and there's
Gaia.
some stains of ink uh, that are very much dry on
Gaia, but it's
these
not
pages.
active.
Like nobody's used it in a little bit, but it's clear that at some point somebody stopped it. Not
Okay.
too long ago.
Um, all right.
Um, I'll say that is the
Yeah.
end of your turn. Red, you have pocketed the toy soldier.
Oh, now I can't see. That's new. All right, I fixed it. Um, okay. So Red is gonna head back to the squishies that he's supposed to be looking after. But actually, scratch that. First, he's gonna look around this room and make sure there's nothing in here that looks like he should be taking it. Value-wise, I guess.
It looks like an abandoned, overgrown, forgotten room of a child.
Okay, then I'm going to assume no.
whatever little value was in here has long been lost to me.
All right, then he's gonna move like so and check this room that the others were already in real quick. I'm assuming I need another perception for this one.
You're gonna have to give me a second for the map to update your positions. Tell you where the fuck you are. But yes, I'm gonna need a perception check.
Yeah. He's basically same roll too. He's basically doing the same thing. He's just quickly sticking his head in the room and being like, "Is there anything of value in here? Anything that looks particularly important? Yes, no, okay." Chase the other people.
So you go from that the child's room into this other room, musician's gallery, and in there you see the five vitro windows and the sort of broken down vertical piano sides vitros, and doesn't seem to be anything of particular value. The sofa seems to be in perfectly good shape, so is the rug. And the vitros seem to be very delicately made. However,
Hey, Red will shrug and be like, "Well, I guess it's a nice house if it wasn't all covered in this gross moss, and it wasn't trying to kill us." So he will move into the here with the other people and do a final quick perceptione on the rooms that he can see.
all right. You'll have to wait for that perception next turn.
Oh
As
yeah,
you
no
sort of
worries.
are going from one room to another, trying to taking the vistas.
Yeah,
Dorvin,
he's just kind of scanning, so that's fine.
for simplicity's sake, since otherwise this is going to take forever, we'll assume that the party is looking around the room, and about a minute goes by as Solaris slowly cleaning off the portrait, and I'm assuming that she's going to move on to another portrait in just a moment. Dorvin, you managed to pull off your your magics, your dwarven gifts, I believe.
Well, it's Abadar's gifts, but yeah,
Oh, well,
it's
Avatar's
called door
gifts.
sight. I get
Got it.
clairvoyance on the other side of the door.
Right. On the other side of the door, you see a set of stairs going up.
I think it's 20 feet. It says works as clairvoyance.
You see a set of stairs going up
Okay.
into an attic that seems to be tall enough to accommodate a human standing straight. There is a window facing the front of the house, and you see um a set of one door leading to the north that is closed, and a hallway leading to sorry, the door is leading to the west, and the hallway is leading east. And the room seems to be completely empty in that attic.
All right. Am I able to pinpoint where those rooms would be? Can I get underneath those rooms?
So the door that you can see would lead you to where Sigis is on the map,
Okay.
so somewhere around there.
All right.
And the sort of room takes up most of this area right here,
All right.
right? And then the hallway is somewhere around this,
Gotcha.
almost overlapping with the hallway with through which you came into
All right.
this current floor.
All right. So to know, it's any surface, not just doors.
Well, pretty useful.
and I get it
Cool.
three plus wisdom modifier times per day.
That's
So
awesome.
I've got seven. I've got 6 more of these now.
We should.
Nice.
Yeah.
I just need to be able to touch the ceiling. And it
Says
can't
the
be more
dwarf.
than 6 inches plus 1 inch per level. So I got a foot of surfaces that I can see through pretty much to.
That's awesome.
Right,
We should use that way more.
So, Dorman, you have gained some insight about the layout on the other side of that door.
All right. Is that just gonna be my turn using that pretty much? I assume.
No, that was your
Oh, okay.
standard, I assume.
Alright,
Oh
yeah,
well,
I'll
it
take
is
my
1
move.
minute casting. So
Yeah, so I figure that's all that I gleaned from my minute of casting.
yeah, If you'd like to say something to your companion who is immediately next to you, you can
Yeah,
use that.
I'll let him know. I'll relay all that information to him.
Okay.
Robin, around this time you would have finished getting a proper assessment of the door itself.
So, pretty much what I gathered, Orban, is that something's locked in the attic for a reason.
Probably.
I'm gonna go. Well, now that I, figured out that I will fall through the roof if I don't tread properly, I'm gonna go up to the roof and I'm gonna see if I can't see into the attic from up there somehow.
Okay.
Yep.
How hard are these locks to pick?
Well, there are two of them. So twice as hard as normal.
Well, the reason I ask, because if you fall in and are in trouble up there, we're gonna have to be able to get through these locks to get to you.
All right, move the fuck out of the way.
Well, I mean, I don't want you to unlock them and then have it just come down here.
I mean, I can unlock them, but like, leave it closed. You know what I mean?
All right, yeah, you unlock them, and if I have to, I'll prepare an action. Like, well, not as obviously not this turn, but I'll be ready to lock them again if something comes down to try to get through the door. That'll
Great.
work. Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna do my thing.
All right, give me a disable device.
Also, as long as I'm touching
Click.
the surface, I get to be looking there for like 10 minutes or some shit like
All
that.
right. Robin, you go to work as Dorman is still holding one hand against the door, and very quickly go. The first padlock unlocks, and as it does, it sort of hangs loosely and detaches itself from one half of the chains, and you feel the chains come loose a little bit, and now the second padlock is sort of holding the entire.
Do you see or hear anything, Dorbin?
Is there anything on the other side of the door?
Does clairvoyance? What senses does clairvoyance give you?
I
Just
think it's
vision?
everything.
Well, clairvoyance is just sight,
Oh, okay.
but the spell clairvoyance also has clairaudience on there, which gives the.
All right. So you just hear the much more intense crying of a woman.
Yep, I
echoing
remember
through
hearing that when I was
through
scaling the
attic.
roof.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably
Right.
sad because she's locked in the attic. I don't know.
Talera.
And then he moves on to the next one.
Yeah, you start working on the next one, which is going to be your next turn. Talera,
Mhm.
you
Yeah.
have finished cleaning the Vorial Foxglove portrait.
Another one.
All right, you can clean the smaller ones with just a move action, so you could clean two of them.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I just want to see if there's. They just seem relatively important, so it'd be nice to see
Right.
what all of them look like.
Immediately to the right, next to the portrait of Voro, is this the first one that you grab. You clean it out a little bit, and you see this stern-faced woman, brunette, with a little bit of a wisp of grey hair, short, about shoulder length, and she's looking intensely towards the painter. He's sporting a flowering blue dress, which matches the one that Oral, the robes that Oral is wearing, and at the base of it, as you clean the plaque, it says Cassandra of Foxglove. Next frame is as you clean it up, you see are in one picture frame are five people. Seems to be a family of five, and as you sort of scrub away at the plaque once again, you see a man, his wife, and three children at their feet. You see the man seems to be well built, what less what you would expect from a nobleman, and what you would expect from a lumberjack. Um, Thick, robust arms, a strong jawline. His hair is slick back. And you can tell there's the sort of same sort of gray wisps of it. Um, and to his side is what appears to be his wife. He has his arm wrapped around her waist, which is a woman uh, with intense, sort of dark, reddish hair, um, very pale skin, but otherwise very delicate frame. And she's sporting a long, open dress, very deep cut. And in front of her, of the couple, are the three children, which are very obviously uh, their progeny. The male, the little boy who stands the youngest of the three, or at least the smallest, um, has somewhat longer brunette hair, sort of somewhere between the two colors of their parents, and they're sporting both the child and the father are sporting the blue and golden collars with the foxglove household, and beside the little boy are two girls, taller, slender, both of them taller. The tallest being a much more slender build, and the intermediate height one having darker hair, not a trace of the red from her mother, as she is wearing full black. And the plaque beneath it says Traver and Cyriline, Traver and Cyrilie Foxglove, and their children Aldern, Sandeli, and Ziva.
Hmm. Okay. When I look at the family portrait, does and does the little boy look familiar to me, or does the mother look familiar to me in any way that I would know them or
The child
understand them?
the child does look somewhat familiar in the sense of you're pretty certain that you've met this child of much later in life, and judging from the name on the plaque, as it says, their children Aldern, Zendeli, and Ziva.
I'm just
Aldern,
saying in
Foxglove.
reference to maybe my odd experience with trying to save Red.
No, so none of these look like the
Okay.
child that you saw
Okay.
instead of Red. But the child does look
Gotcha.
like a certain the nobleman that you met earlier.
Okay. So
Um,
so totally different child. Other. Odd.
different set of children.
Could be the brother of the father of
Is
Aldern
that
or
everything?
something like
Is
that.
that my turn?
Yeah, those are the two portraits that you spend your turn cleaning up.
Okay.
Sigis.
Deal.
I was muted. I guess I'm just going to. So it looks like someone is living here, probably whoever was redoing the. Well, here, we're just looking to clear it and then we can come back. So I think I'm going to go try and find Dorbin and Robin and see what they're up to and if I can give them a hand. Yeah. So I guess I'm going to move here. And I think they went. Where'd they go?
They went north.
Yeah, you can hear them around the corner to the north.
Hey. And that's all of me.
All right. As you oversee the operations, as Dorbin is getting ready to react to something, and Robin is slowly working through the second padlock. Red, it is your turn.
All right. So, Red is, now that he's kind of caught his breath in this room, is noticing the difference that this room doesn't seem to have been affected by whatever the heck's got the rest of the house at all. So he wants to take a second and see if he can, like, check under the bed, see if he can figure out why this room isn't aging the same way the rest of the house is.
Right.
So he's gonna move in and do whatever that would require.
Yeah. If you want to take your time, you could take it. Take 10. Otherwise, I'm gonna need a perception check.
Okay. I think if taking my time will let me like look through the rifle through like the drawers and stuff in here just to see like
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. So
You're taking your
taking
time
10's a
to
20
go
for
over
me.
the. If you want to take 20, it's gonna take a long time.
No, taking 10 is a 20.
Oh, okay.
My I got plus 10 perception.
Yeah, got it. Okay. So you're gonna spend the next minute shuffling through this room as you go through the desk, the different drawers, the checking the titles on the books in the library, making sure that none of them has a hidden mechanism, checking underneath the bed. So we'll go back to what you find out in a later moment. Corbin, it's your turn.
All right. Okay. Once Robin's done with these, I'm just gonna sit here with my hand on the door and continue to be looking through the door, waiting
Robin?
for Robin to finish.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do another full round action to disable the device.
Right. The lock unlocks. It seems like the second one, the one on the back, was a much simpler design. You
Okay.
unlock it pretty quickly. The chains come undone unless you're holding it with your hand.
Well, Corbin can see through the other side, and there's nothing there, so I'm just going to like gently let them go.
As you gently let go, but then the weight of the chain itself sort of starts to unravel itself out of the planks. And after a couple seconds, the plank become loose enough that they're no longer held back from their what are they called, the hinges, sort of holding the door, and they slide down into the sides and they fall in front.
Neat. All right. Well, I'm gonna go check upstairs. I sort of saw in there before. I didn't really see anything, but I'm gonna do the external thing, and he's gonna get ready to turn around. But that was a full round, so that is my turn.
All right, Celera.
Again already?
Yeah, it is again your turn already.
All right, so I'm going to bid these picture people adieu, and I am going to walk to here and look in here and see what I see.
Right. You see Red going over every single inch of this room, very meticulously.
Red'll kind of turn around and say, "If you want to give me a hand, you can."
Sure.
Right. I'll allow you to take 10 with Red, and
Okay.
I'll cut the time that you two are taking in half.
Okay.
So
Sweet.
what is the result of taking 10 for you on perception? Perception.
I get 20. I don't know what Celera gets.
Celera, I mean.
Okay.
Essentially, what's your modifier plus 10? You can just roll a perception check and we can check. Alright, so you're gonna get an 18 and Red is gonna get it. Alright. So the two of you start to go in a little bit more of a synchronized fashion, rummage through everything left in this room. So I'm just gonna fix up the time so that we don't end up with the party being split in the time stream. We'll say that Silera and Red were working through the room as Dorban and Red were taking a minute to go through the door. So it's gonna be just one round later. So when it becomes Red's and Solera's turn again, it's gonna be 1 minute. Means is now round 32, not 20. Right.
Time warp.
Yeah, time warp. It works for me. Sigis, what would you like to do?
Yeah. Well, they're just kind of, I don't know. I'm want to kind of keep an eye on this hallway and kind of just be there to help anyone, or if anyone finds anything interesting they want me to look at, and then also keep an eye on this hallway in case anything tries to sneak up on us. But I am going to take a step back and just poke my head into this little room.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me a will save as you walk into the
Oh,
room.
great.
I don't think anyone else actually went in the room.
Oh, well. Sorry, I just closed my thing.
There's a macro for quick defenses as well if you just want to roll all your saves.
Yeah,
at
I
once.
tried to do that. Oh, right. There's there.
Yeah.
Defenses. Defense stats. Oh,
Right.
no. There. Will. I got it. Finally.
All right, almost. All right. Okay. So you sort of go into the room, sort of look back to where Dorban and Robin are working on the door, and as you sort of feel comfortable, like they're fine, they're gonna be doing all right, they're gonna be busy with that. You turn your head back towards the room, and you see like you catch a shadow of a human silhouette, a small child's silhouette, and you can hear them call out, "Go! It's on your face, mummy. It's on your face." And you sort of instinctively go to touch her face, and you sort of feel there's a little bit of a lump on your cheek, and sort of feels very itchy. Like you stop yourself as you hear the as the chains come undone, and as you look around the room, the child is gone. And as you touch your face again, the lump is no longer there.
Got ya. Okay. A little bit of domestic happening in this house previously. Cool.
I don't know why the domestic would make you itchy though.
They're either bruises or plagues. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. I don't know. I'm gonna try and figure out what that was. Like, is it a spell? It's probably the curse. Undead. I don't want to use detect magic. Oh no. I think I'm just gonna wait until we clear the house and deal with whatever's. I think the source of this is gonna be in the basement.
All right.
So.
So a minute has gone by since Red and Celera started rummaging. Red and Celera, the two of you are pretty certain that you have left pretty much not a single stone unturned. What you find is nothing out of the ordinary for a room. Looks like this has been in use recently, as recent as 2 weeks ago, maybe 3. It seems that the last person to use the bed slept on top of the covers. Like they didn't remove the covers. They didn't get into the bed. There seems to be just like a little bit of a stain of something on one of the pillows. it's hard to tell if it's like dried up blood or some other kind of. But and the only other thing that you find that is of notice, or that seems a little bit out of place, is that among the things that are kept in the desk is a large chunk of wood that is vaguely stick shaped, um, and it seems to be like a broken piece of furniture.
Well, that's
Huh.
odd. Huh. Maybe it's a magic stick that makes the room clean. Or maybe he just broke the broom that he used to clean this place out. I guess Alden did a pretty good job cleaning this one place. I wonder why he didn't do everything else. Kind of
Are we
looking
sh-
over at Taylor. Oh,
are
what
we
do you think?
are we sure this is just a oops, broke something, or is it intentional?
Yeah, I
Like,
don't
was
know.
he using this for other reason?
Well,
Or am I
there's
thinking
some.
too far into it?
Oh, there's blood all over the floor in the main room, downstairs. So we know something bad went down here, and there's something on the pillows. So it's
Right.
conceivable. But I mean, you'd think if he was defending himself with this, there'd be blood on it, right? And it's just a broken stick, and it's in the desk. So that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Yeah. Anyway, we should probably go catch up with the others, see if they've gotten any further than we have. Oh, also, I don't know if you would feel any connection to this with your recent possession, but I did grab that toy. I got a feeling we're going to be seeing that kid.
Ooh. Can I see
I
it?
don't. Yeah, he'll kind of like pull the top of it out of the backpack. It's like, look, Robin or Robin or Sigus, I can't remember which one, said that was the most used one. So I figure, if we find a kid ghost, give the kid the toy, maybe it'll bug off. Hopefully,
Hmm.
I don't fancy my chances of fighting ghosts.
Samara, as you grab onto the toy, you're holding it in your hands. Give me a knowledge local. And then give me a will save.
Triggered.
Yeah. Sorry. Said local.
Oh, Jesus.
Jeebus
Right,
is
very
right.
good. Right. The particular make and figure depicted in the toy figure seem reminds you of one that you saw when you were a kid back in Corvosa. Uh, it's similar sort of famous adventurer. Probably you at some point heard of them again in your training in the Bardic College. Um, many a figure were made in their honor. Um, they are sort of a nameless hero. They're known as the, the what was it? Uh, they have several titles. One of them is the Sun Child, and it's sort of like in general they were known as a cleric of Sarenrae, as well as being a proficient swordsman. That being said, as you're holding it and you look at it, you sort of feel
Damn,
this.
that will save.
You sort of feel this stare. Turn your head towards the door, and you feel something beckoning to the room from which this boy came from, and you can hear echoing up the staircase footsteps, as if one person was running as fast as possible onto the first floor, and then following, you hear crack, crack, crack as someone is almost breaking their staircase as they run after the first one, and then the footsteps fade away.
I'm gonna relay that to Red and
What are you talking
wonder
about? I
out
didn't
loud
hear
if
anything.
that had anything to do with the child I was trying to save and somebody was chasing after that child. I don't know. There's got to be a connection. All of that has to be connected. I just don't. I don't know if that's how the Foxglove family connects to the ghost child and mother. But I think that toy has something to do with it.
In real life, the mom didn't get the kid out, and the kid got chased up here by the dad. My money's on the dude in the big portrait as the dad, so maybe it was a sibling of Alden's father or something. Anyway.
Yeah, it has to be in the family. It may not be like the exactly Aldern in that family, but maybe
cousins.
Further in the past or something like that. I don't know.
Anyway, I'll watch the back. You go on ahead, and Red will kind of get out of the room and then ready again to attack hostiles.
All right.
Careful.
Dorvin, it is your turn.
Have I seen anything moving upstairs at all?
No,
Like coming down the stairs?
Completely empty. No movement. Just the faint weeping of a woman.
All right. And just to make sure that to clarify, all the chains fell down when he took the locks off, correct?
Yep, and then the planks sort of slid off on their own.
All right. Well, I mean, you might as well go through this door now.
Yep.
Because we're all here, so I feel like it's safer just to head up. I'm scared of what's up there. I'll be honest with you.
You want me to just be super quiet?
Yeah, if you want to be super quiet, and then if something bad happens, just make a lot of noise, and we'll hustle up there.
Can do.
And I'm going to continue with my hand on the door, or I probably could move it to the wall because technically it's like the same area. I don't know.
Sure, I'll allow it. You sort of slide your hand across the door and reach the edge of it where it meets the frame, and you're holding your hand against the corner of the frame and the.
Right. And then I'll just chill.
Right. Robin.
I guess I'll move past Dorbin, opening the door.
All right.
And I'm going to. Well, I can't because it's a full round action. So once the door is open, I'm gonna like take a minute, kind of thing. Because I need to full round action to light steps. So I'm just going to
crouch down, stretch a little bit, and get ready to start running. Turn.
Yep.
Okay. You do need to end your turn on a square of separate from Dorbin.
I can do it on the wall.
Okay. Weird, but okay. As you're sort of getting ready to run through the door, the now open door, stretching with your hands and feet pressed against the wall as you're Spider-Manning this thing up. Alera.
Hell yeah.
Do I still get a turn?
Yes,
even though...
you do.
Oh, okay. Not gonna complain.
You sort of had that feeling for like 2 seconds, and then it was gone.
Okay, so I guess I'm a little confused about what's happening.
What's happening where?
Here.
So like, you're probably
is it a wall?
You probably have.
And they're going up.
You probably have sight from Dorban's side as well. So what is going on is Dorban is standing in front of a staircase that takes a left turn. So if you were to look up, directly up where you are in the bedroom, you would see just the curvature of the ceiling above you as the stairs are sort of going into the attic, right above where the bedrooms.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that whatever stairs are happening, they don't connect in any way.
No.
Yeah, there's a
there-
hard
there is a
wall
wall separating.
here.
Okay. Okay. The shadows on my end are just a little weird, so I just wanted to make sure. I am going to, I think, leave because nothing else seems necessary. So I'm gonna go here.
Just a reminder,
And
you still have 3 more paintings to clean up if you wanted to. People.
yeah,
We might figure out the story if you do
yeah,
that.
I'm gonna. I forgot that I didn't clean up all of them. I'm gonna finish cleaning up the rest of them.
All right. The 3 that remain. Wait, and one was 6 in total. Yeah. So the 3 that remain are smaller, and you can clean them up pretty quickly. I'll say that you can finish up in this turn.
Okay.
So it'll take 1 round. So when it becomes your turn again, you will have finished cleaning up. As you clean up the next painting, you see the the image of the woman that you had seen before, the one that was in the portrait closest to Vorel. Although this time she is accompanied by a small girl, a child girl. And this time you do recognize the face of that child. She seems to be very, very sweet, very soft uh, little girl with porcelain skin and black raven hair. As she sits on the lap of her mother, and they're sort of half embracing. The girl is hugging her mother's neck, and the mother holding the child as they give a very impish smile to the artist. And beneath the 2 ladies are the inscription Cassandra and her daughter Lauren.
Oh. So you mentioned porcelain skin and raven hair, and that very much reminds me of the other. So I'm saying this to Red. So there's more connections than I can count.
Huh.
That's
I
it.
wonder if you thought I was that one. I mean, I do have pretty light skin and dark hair. I could see that, kinda, if I was like a knee high.
Right, Sigus, it is your turn.
So I just to clarify, only Celia heard the stomping up the stairs.
Yep, it was just her.
Okay. I think I'm happy in my location. I'm gonna peer into this room though, so I can
Peer
get a
into the
sense
hole.
of. Oh, it's just a big hole. Right, that's where the tub is. All right, I'm just happy to hang out here. And I will prepare if something comes running up the stairs, charging. That looks scary. I'm gonna cast Create Pit on it.
Just an FYI, create pit is not going to work here because you need it to be a solid ground.
No, well, it's any surface. You can even use it on ships. It was saying.
Yeah, because it creates an
What?
extra dimensional space,
It's
right?
an extra
It's
dimensional
extra
space.
dimensional. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I thought it was literally.
It's a little bananas, but
Yep.
yes.
No, it's like a giant bag
It does
of
have to be
holding
flat.
opens
I
up in the
can't
floor.
do it on walls.
All right. Got it.
Cool.
Yeah, it's very clever use of a spell. All right. You get ready as you sort of half chant the words necessary for the spell, sort of getting ready in case something comes up. Not quite completing the circle of magic required for the spell, but at the same time leaving those few words so that you can cast it.
Perfect.
Red, it is your turn.
Huh. Oh. Hey, Sigis. While we were in the room, did you see anything else around? I know we took a minute clearing that one.
Dorbin and Red are gonna go check out something upstairs, and there's I'm seeing visions of these kids, of this kid. So I think this place is a pretty strong curse, and I think we're gonna figure it out. I don't think there's much we can do until we find the source of what's causing it all.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I get this feeling that the family in the picture doesn't. Well, aside from the one giant guy who clearly was kind of full of himself, I don't think they was bad people. Maybe we can put them to rest, kinda. I don't know. If it stops the ghouls, I'm down for it. You see anything in that room up to the northeast?
Yeah, that's where it's filled with mold. I think it was the kids' room, but that's also where I saw it. I wouldn't go in there. But you could.
All right, I'll just stand
Take a
outside the
look if you
door and
want.
take a gander.
Oh.
And kind of stand up on the wall there and
Right.
look in.
Yeah.
Right. Are you standing? Sorry. All
Yeah,
right.
Sigist said not to go in the room,
Yeah,
so he's not going in the room.
You're standing about a step away from the threshold. You
Yep.
can see the green moss transitioning into blue and then black as it forms. And now that thing has mentioned the silhouette of a child, you do see like the mass of putrid fungus does have the vague silhouette of a sort of human child curled up on the corner of the.
Red will call back to Silera. Silera, I think we found the kid.
What do you mean you think you found the kid?
What's left of it?
Oh, like remains.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And Red will just kind of like, can I do a perception to make sure there's not any real danger before I step into the room? Because he kind of wants to go in and check it out.
So I'm going to put you here just so that the lighting doesn't break.
Yeah.
That is going to be the end of your turn as you spend most of it talking.
Yeah, fair enough.
Dorbin, it is your turn.
All right. Robin's already headed up.
Robin is ready to pounce and is hanging 5 feet above you on the wall.
Oh, okay. I will prepare an action to run up the stairs if I hear Robin yell out.
All right. You
Or
get
cry
ready
out, or like.
to go after Robin.
Yep.
Robin, it is your turn.
All right. Robin is going to use light steps to full round action to go up the stairs. That is 15 feet of his 80.
This is
Oh boy.
This is the area you were up on before. I'm just gonna.
Yep.
Yep. So this is what you had seen before, just in case that I hadn't shown to you. This is when you went down through the.
That's where I fell down the. Yep.
So this is where you end up after 15 feet of movement. That would be
Okay.
so that square is 20.
Okay. I will be of note. I will be doing this stealthily, so I should probably roll that.
All right.
And I will be using half movement, so I will have 20 movement.
That would be 40 feet of movement.
Yeah, so that's 25, 30, 35,
As you see,
40, and he's just gonna see if he can hear anything.
Yeah, you can.
So,
You don't need
yeah.
to roll a perception at this point. You can hear pretty loudly coming from the around the corner of the hallway.
Okay, gotcha. All right, that's my turn.
Yep, that is going to be your turn. I'm just going to pick up that. Now we get to enjoy it permanently.
Wow.
Right, Salara, it is your turn. So
I am. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
you are cleaning. Did you want to stop as you were having this conversation with Red and Sigus?
No, I will continue.
All right. You brush up another one of the paintings, and this one seems to be of a time when the three brothers and sisters, Aldern, Sandeli, and Ziva, were perhaps a little bit younger. Here, the children look about uh, 4, 7, and 9. And it's just the three of them, and it says the young Foxgloves, Aldern, Zendeli, and Ziva, and they seem to be in like a very exaggerated manner. It's very much a children's portrait. And then as you're brushing up the final portrait, this one seems to be a little bit newer. Seems to have been added recently. Action from the style and the making of the frame. And as you sort of brush off the layer upon layer of dust and cobwebs, you see a adult Aldrin standing beside a woman who has a olive tanned skin, black raven hair, wavy and long down to her waist, and she's sporting rather revealing clothes, but in such a way that they still seem to be very regal. And they are holding very lovingly. He's got his arm around her shoulders, and she's hugging his waist, and they're both smiling for the portrait. And as you sort of brush off the plate seems to be made of bronze, where all of the other plates were made out of gold. And the quality of the paintings is just ever so slightly of a lower quality. But it does say, Aldern Foxglove and his beloved. I fucking lost track of all the names. Where was I? Give me one sec. Aldern Foxglove and his beloved Aisha.
Oh.
And
Okay.
as you finish, sort of brushing off the final bit of dust and sort of taking in the picture, you sort of feel your lips are a little bit cracked, and as you look around, you sort of look towards Red, and you see your own breath sort of fogging up in the air, forming a slow cloud, wispy white, gently uh, flowing across the room. And slowly you see frost start to form around the walls. The doors slam shut, keeping you inside of this room.
Oh.
As you see a layer of ice forms over the doors, slowly overtaking everything, and you feel your feet start to uh, frost over. You feel that sort of burn, that bite of the cold. Go ahead and give me a DC 15. A DC 15 fortitude. Didn't need to tell you before. This is what happens when I'm keeping track of too many things at once. I end up reading what I'm not supposed to read.
That's
Oh
not
boy.
gonna cut
Okay,
it.
that's great.
Woo!
Let me tell you,
Damn.
boys.
Getting
There's
Get ready
spicy.
for the fun ice.
There's
oh.
way too many fucking things going on at once for the GM in this part of the story. Yeah, so you
Can
feel
you
the
tell it was their
eyes.
first AP?
You, f- you feel the eyes sort of slowly crawling out up your legs, and you feel your arms sort of failing you as you're trying to react to do something, whatever it takes. And you see the figures, the portraits, their faces start to change, their bodies start to melt away in some cases. You see Cassandra and Laurie, the mother and the mother and child in the picture. They're hugging. They start to grow tumors in their face, which eventually overtake their entire bodies and reduce them into lumps of fungus. You see
Yeah.
Trevor, who's holding his wife with one arm, slowly become uh, paler and misshapen, and his flesh seems to be gone as he turns into a ghoul, and he's slowly digging his claws into his wife, and uh, you see his mouth deform, open up, his throat filled with blood, as you see the blood run down his chest, running over his wife's chest. You see the wife, her entire essence, her entire being starts to crack as if the picture itself were heating up and burning her image as she becomes a charcoal, holding her hand, trying to push away her husband. You see her body sort of as she darkens and rots. You see her break, uh, her her arms twisting, and as you're seeing all of this, you feel your body becoming colder and colder, and you feel your arms stop moving. You feel your chest sort of as it doesn't react to your request for more air. You see the children. You see Aldrin's flesh start to. His skin turns black, and you see sort of patches of his skin start to rot away, showing the muscle and bone beneath. You see his hair start to drip, his scalp sort of slide to the side. Um, you see the two children, the two girls beside Aldrin, simply become paler, and the frost sort of covers them, separating them from the rest of the family. And then your eyes sort of are drawn towards the larger paint. See Oral, the entire frame starts to turn into this moss, this green and blue moss. You see the fungus start to grow, taking over the wall, and then slows down. You feel the air returning to your lungs, and then you feel a wave of intense, heavy, hot air wash over you, releasing you from the cold, but not before the fungus erupts from the painting, washing you over and then covering the entirety of the interior of this room in this fungal growth. And then, just like that, the room is just like you left it. Paintings are clean. You grab your body, you feel the ghost pain in your chest. Move your fingers, and you're still in one piece.
Holy shit.
This is a
Big
bad
oof.
That
house.
was
Y'all
the
better get a
Bad
therapist.
coolest description of anything I've ever heard.
Thank you.
I literally said to Robert, I was like, if this is how I go, I'm cool with I am probably just gonna kind of look around, and and see if I can try and open the store if I'm able to move my limbs again.
All right. As you're sort of moving your fingers, uh, testing your hands that they remain functional, you sort of look down, and even though the room around you seems to be in perfect condition, just like you saw it before the mysterious frost took over. You see that the doors are open. To everyone else, those doors never closed. But Celera, you look down at your hand as you're opening and close, and you see there seems to be a blotch of red skin, sort of as if an irritation, an allergic reaction to the moss that is growing over, and it's becoming slowly itchier and itchier, and you see a little bit of a decoloration of your skin, sort of patches of greenish moss that seem to have stuck to your fingers as you were cleaning portraits.
Solera's got a fungus.
Can I go to here?
Yeah, and like this whole vision quest took a while. Like it was a few moments, right? And as you sort of stumble out of the room, you see Sigas and you see Red, and that is going to be the end of your.
Okay.
Sigas, you see Salera come out, and I think she looks pretty shocked. Correct me if I'm
Yeah,
wrong.
I envision myself kind of having my like hands on my knees and I'm kind of like doubled over, just kind of like exhausted and also confused and like feeling like I'm spinning even though I'm more or less perfectly fine physically. But yeah, that's how they see me.
Right, Sigas, you see this.
Cool. All right. I'm gonna nudge Red and just be like, "Hey, keep an eye on Dorb, but I'm gonna go check on Solera."
Oh, what happened? She was just in the room cleaning the paintings.
Well,
Oh.
it could be fine, but just here and shh, because the door's open over there now. I'm gonna wander over and be like, "Hey, you okay?"
I'm gonna say no.
No. What the?
I finished cleaning the last painting, and then I'm gonna explain to him everything that happened. And then I'm gonna show him my hand and be like, I don't know if it's from the moss or if it's actually there. Do you see something on my hand?
Sigas, you don't see anything strange. They do have their national sort of glittery, glittery smoothness to them.
Your skin glitters. Are you a vampire? Like he's gonna be like,
Classic
can
ASMR
you
things.
point right where do you see the blotch?
And did you say it's on the inside?
It's on your fingers, on the palm of your hand, and some of it
Okay,
is
yeah.
sort of going over your wrist and up your forearms.
Got
Is
it.
it like moving up or is it
No,
just
no, no. It's
remain-
like
Okay.
Got it.
if you ever had
So
an allergic reaction, it sort of looks like
Oh, I gotcha.
a reddish tint to your skin. Where
Like hives, kind of?
yeah, hives. It looks like she has hives growing on her wrist and up a little bit of her forearm and her fingers, which is very strange looking. Have hives, but nonetheless.
mhm. So I'm gonna, if I can't see it, I'm gonna tell her, I'm like, look, I don't see anything, but that doesn't necessarily mean there's nothing there. We've all been seeing things here that aren't there. I think keep an eye on it. If it changes, like let Dorban and I know.
Well,
Like
I
you
think it
know.
has something to do with the moss because it was like
Mhm.
the moss exploded from the painting, and then it looked like I had some on my arm, and it made my arm itchy.
Yeah.
So the mosses don't touch it.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
Like Cythera knows pretty much just as much about arcane casting as I do. She just uses it intuitively. So I'm gonna be like, look, I think with this is definitely something. If you still have that once we've left this place, I think that's something to be concerned. I think this might be something like if it gets worse, let us know. But otherwise, like I think we just need to kind of deal with this place. And
You're right. Thanks for the
yeah,
pep talk.
no, yeah, Sigus gave a shitty pep talk.
Red, it is your turn. As Sigas and Solara are talking about the conditioning.
tries to solve the problem.
Red kind of does like a double take partway through the story, but it's like kind of to himself, okay, Siga's got this. I've dealt with enough ghost bullshit with that manticore. I'm just gonna look in this room and it's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
And he'll kind of go into the room and kind of poke around a little bit.
All right.
He's
as
still
you-
running on his theory that hopefully, giving the toy back to the kid will make all this stop, which is misguided, but
The toy, which by the way, Solera has.
oh, I thought I still had it.
No, I
mean,
still have it.
No, she grabbed it.
You gave it to
Oh.
Solera.
No, I pulled it out of my bag to show her.
Oh,
And
the assumption was that you
And I
gave
took
it to her
it.
because she said that she was taking it.
Oh. Okay. Well, either way, I'll go check in the room.
All right. So as you walk in, you can see now from that from the interior that the small lump in one corner of the room is not the only lump. There is like the entire corner seems to be risen up as if there were a mound of different pieces of animals in flesh and clothes and broken furniture that piled up, taking up about 1/3 of this room and decomposed into this pile of moss and fungus. And you can tell that there's the vague silhouette of a child sort of, curled up and crawling, reaching out with one hand, sort of molded into that moss bed. But now that you're getting closer, you can tell that there's also a second figure, that of an adult sort of curled around them, holding them up.
Oh, God, that's awful. Ugh. And Red'll just do I don't know if there's anything to be gained by looking around the rest of the room to see if there's anything else going on in here, but
Give me a perception check, very quickly.
okay. Yeah, just want to make sure that I'm not missing something, but yeah, we'll see what it comes to. Not great.
Right. No, beside the moss bed and the bed itself that is sort of overgrown and stained with old, like bodily fluids, blood and probably like uh, like from the looks of it, probably some viscera was spilt and has sort of been overgrown by fungus. Aside from that, those two elements, there's the fireplace that also seems to be slightly scorched by fire, and then the moss has sort of avoided the fireplace.
Huh. It's almost like there's two different things going on here. Whatever's happening with the moss and then whatever happened with the fire. So he'll, having done that, kind of walk back out and be like, hey, Solera, I don't know if this will do anything, but I want to try. I think I found the mom and the kid in that other room. I want to try seeing if we put the toy by the kid or by them, if it'll make any of this stop. I don't know how any of this works, but
Alright, Silera, hold your thought until we get back to your turn, so
Yeah.
that we have a timeline that makes sense for how much talking has. Sorry,
Yeah.
Yep.
Corbin, it is your turn.
All right. I haven't heard any screams or anything from Robin dying.
Nope.
All
Not
right.
dead yet. Well, I mean,
I will continue to hold. Unfortunately, Dorbin wants to make sure that Robin doesn't die up there because he's real
Hold
scared
on.
of what's up there.
You can also hear Silera and Sigas having this conversation, and the undertone to all of this is hearing, droning over and over the crying of this woman coming from above.
So
Robin.
terrified of what's up in this attic.
Robin, it is your turn.
Yeah, so Robin's going to take a full round action to continue going forward. So he's going to 15 feet to there. He peeks around the corner, doesn't see anything, so he moves another 5 feet to there.
Yeah, you see the corner, around the corner of the hallway takes a left turn, goes northwards, and at the very end you see a door leading to the left and one leading to the right. And just
Okay.
in case you can't see them, there is a door to your right, about
Right
halfway
here,
down
yeah.
the hallway. There's a door right behind you, and there were 4 more
Oh.
doors on the way along.
Okay, so I saw these 4, but I didn't see the one behind me. Okay. So I'm just going to, take a 5-foot step forward, see if I can hear the crying from this door.
No, it's very clearly coming from the end of the hallway. Pretty evident
Okay.
now that you're standing
So
there.
he's gonna move on the remaining 40 feet speed, and he's just gonna figure out if it's right or left.
I'm not even gonna have to ask you to roll perception. It's very obviously from the right.
From
You
the
can
right.
hear the
Okay.
woman from the room to your right crying.
Does the door have like any distinguishing features? Is it
No, it looks
covered
just
in moss or?
no, it looks just like the one on the other side. Looks like a regular wooden door. Slightly reddish in tint,
Okay.
both of them. So
Okay.
some African type woods.
Okay.
Desert woods.
While he's been walking around on this floor, has he noticed that the moss has any changes at all? Or
No,
is it
there's
pretty-
there's patches of green and blue and like bluish cyanish tints of moss.
So it's
but
pretty thorough through the whole house.
Yeah, but there seems to be less here in the attic than in the lower.
Okay.
Right.
All right. Full round action.
Yeah, I'll take that as the end of your turn, and just so that we can keep track of it. Video to zoom out. Salara.
I am going to move up and kind of like peek around the corner and say, "Hey, Dorbin,
Yeah, what's up?
if I give this toy," and I kind of show it to him, "to the burned mother and daughter in this room over here," and I'm pointing over to the room over there. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I mean, most likely a good thing.
Most likely good.
Just because, I mean, it seems that a lot of these souls have not been put to rest. And I mean, the one possessed you and you got out of the house and it seemed to let you go. I would try not to touch them.
But
Because-
set it in the room?
I mean, I would set it next to them as close as you can get, depending on.
The kid's
Like-
holding out his hand. You could put it in the hand.
Yeah, I would like drop it into his hand, but don't actually touch his hand.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna
It
do
might
that.
kind of like fall off or something, but
I'm gonna do that. Any words of wisdom, guidance, things I should say?
don't die.
Probably
Okay.
that, yeah.
Cool. I am going to go ahead and step very carefully inside
Right.
and kind of see and figure out try and figure out what Red was explaining to me about the bones and everything.
Yeah, so as you walk in, you can see that there is. Imagine, if you will, that you leave all of the clothes you wear for a month. Instead of putting them into the laundry, you just leave them in the corner of your room. Somewhat orderly, but still building a mountain of volume, taking up about a third of your room. That is about the size and vague shape that this moss bed has taken. But instead of being the probably colorful tones of modern clothes, it is instead this blue and black, sort of corrugated and somewhat leafy, but spiked with stalks of mushrooms. And within all that chaos of a mountain, you spot the vague silhouette of an adult, probably a woman, holding up a smaller silhouette humanoid made of this same fungus, sort of deformed and plastered down into the vagueness of the mountain. That is that smaller humanoid is vaguely crawling out and over the.
Okay. Out of character question.
Yes.
Can I drop this toy into the hand and then run out?
Allow it.
Okay, because I
you-
don't really want to stay in there as
In order to reach it, if you just want to drop it carefully, you would have to step
Mhm.
into a part of the black mound of. And fun. Otherwise, we need to sort of chuck it.
I don't want to chuck it. I'm gonna carefully step closer.
Okay.
I don't want, but I'm going
So
to.
move one square up, yeah. So you sort of very carefully step, and you can feel, and it's a very disgusting feeling. You can feel your boots sort of digging into this fleshy, squelchy mass of fungus and moss, and you can feel them digging pretty deep. And you can feel the sort of liquid building up around, which luckily are pretty watertight for your continued survival to the disgust that this might have been. Um, doesn't seem like anything's happening around you. Take another step, and you hear them.
Oh. Okay. I'm going to try and push that sound out of my mind. I'm going to kind of crouch as much as I can without touching more of the moss.
Yep.
And I'm just going to say, I am giving you what I think is your toy back. And I hope that this helps bring both you and your mom peace. And I hope you rest easy. And I'm so sorry for how I feel that your husband treated you and your daughter. And I'm going to slowly say that almost like a prayer, just like I hope that this helps and that I'm doing everything I can to make you feel at peace. And then I'm going to set the toy in there as gently as possible and I'm going to book it out of there.
So as you're saying your prayers and start to put down the toy, go ahead and give me a will save.
Okay.
You're here.
Sorry. I got a little excited.
Hi. So you
Damn.
sort of feel like you're about to have a out of body experience. You sort of feel your body, but you also feel yourself being dragged away, and sort of hear once more the footsteps. You hear the crackling of fire. You feel heat, and you feel cold, and you feel scared inside. And as you look in front of you, you still see this mound of horrid viscera turned fungal growth, and you sort of see the vague humanoid silhouette sort of twitches, convulses, and you see it sort of sprout with more fungal growth as it almost reaches out to grab onto this onto your hand, and you immediately pull your hand back, managing to get grabbed by this thing. But you can feel your feet sort of the moss sort of growing around your boots. You can stand there and be and stick it out, or you can move out of the fungal growth as it starts to sort of encapsulate your feet.
I'm going to leave.
Pull back. Do you let go of the toy, or do you bring it with you?
I let go of the.
You know, it sort of falls, and you can see it sort of slowly sinking into the mass of moss. And as you pull back away from the fungal bed, you once more hear as your feet break out of that growth that is trying to consume your body. Step back away, and it seems to almost like in tandem with breathing, and it then reverts back to its natural, sort of undisturbed state. Sigis, it is your turn. This time,
Yeah.
you sort of probably were peeking around the corner. This time, you did see everything that happened to Solera.
Yeah, that's just gross. I'm gonna move over here. He's like, "Are you okay?"
I think so. I don't really know what it was. A part of me really didn't want to leave the room, and I don't know why.
I think the
But I knew
mold
that
was
I
trying to
didn't
eat
want
you.
it to take over my leg, so that's why I left.
Yeah, I'm really glad that you came back to us.
Yeah,
We like you.
I was gonna do that, and I'm now very glad that you did that.
All right. Hopefully when Robin gets back, we can get up. I'm gonna go check in on Dorbin.
Okay.
And go kind of into. Oh, I don't know if I can tuck into that little nook, but
I would recommend that you don't, just because of how finicky the dynamic lighting has
I
been.
will
But
just hang it
Yeah.
here then.
you would be able to
Uh,
take those spots.
And
Just a reminder, there is one more door right there.
Yeah.
oh, where? Oh, there. That's okay.
Yeah.
I think
Just
we'll
north
wait
of me.
on this. I'm just gonna give Dorbin a nod and kind of wait for good news or not.
Did the Solera thing work out or not?
I think so. The house seems to be getting more and more attracted to her, and it's definitely worth. It's concerning, but not alarming yet.
All right.
We'll keep an eye on the fungus growth.
Yeah, that needs most likely to be dealt with. I assume it's the fungus that we were talking about, or that you heard about, with that spreads the wraith or the ghoul bullshit.
Yeah, I fear so.
Red, it is your turn.
Red will be like, hey, Soler, are you sure you're alright?
More or less. I think I'm
Okay.
okay.
Yeah,
I just still feel
let's
kind
go.
of pulled into that room, so just if I start running towards that room, grab me
You
and pull me
got it.
back.
Why don't we go over and check out that door that hasn't been opened yet? Maybe there's less moldy things in there. And
You
he'll
lead
kind
the
of
way.
shuffle on over to, well, not, he's going to go and open that door effectively and move into the room if he can.
Which one?
I,
Okay,
that
the
guy.
door that remains closed. Okay. Boop. Once more, you find that the door is unlocked and to open without problem.
Huh.
Just 1 second. Track of.
Well, there's a lot more gross stuff in here. Great.
So as you open the door, you see what once was probably a double bed with beautiful rugs as their winter covers, has now sort of been left to gather dust, but otherwise seems to be, all in all, pretty safe from the fungal infection that's attacked this house. In front of the double bed, king size, see this very quaint fireplace, and beside you by the door, small desk holding. moldy paper.
Weird. Can I do a quick scan of the room to see if there's anything that's obviously of note? Like, just aside from what was said, or
Yeah,
anything
give
that
me
sticks
a
out?
perception check.
Specifically that I don't know what that black smudge is over in the right corner, but that looks interesting. I don't know, maybe that's just a map. There we go.
So, now that you're standing there and like taking a little bit more time to take in the details, everything seems a little bit too damaged. Now that you think about it, and as you're sort of looking at the fur covers, there's slash marks, as if someone had taken a knife to them and tried to cut through them. The walls where everywhere else you've seen the deterioration of the wood itself. Here it looks like somebody attempted to slash or have a fight cutting through some parts of the wood, and it blends almost naturally with the scorch marks in the different parts of the building. And in others, it sort of houses a thicker layer of moss, sort of covering this scar inside of the room. However, there's one thing that remains untouched, nothing else, and that is a portrait that is hanging on the northwestern wall, so directly opposite from you. There,
Oh, yeah, okay.
all of this part, and it looks to be that of a woman. Um, Dressed in blue and white. Again, slightly olive tanned skin, black raven hair flowing, slightly wavy, and she's striking a meditative pose, holding her chin with two fingers and holding her index up to her cheek, as if contemplating painter.
Does this look like one of the people from the other paintings in the main room?
You didn't see the other paintings.
Well,
So
Silaire had cleaned off a couple of them as we went
No.
by, right?
So when you passed, you didn't see the one that
Okay,
corresponds
when I
to this one.
passed, it,
Yeah.
yeah, okay, sure. I'll be
So
that.
out
Okay,
of character, this one looks like the very last painting that's lyric.
okay. He'll kind of yell back to Silara, "Hey, there's less mold in here, but there's another painting. Want to see if it matches?" And that'll be the turn, I think.
Right, Dorban, it is your turn once more. Still holding.
Yep, still holding.
Right. You are an ironclad sentinel as you stand with one hand to the wall, seeing beyond the confines of this room and keeping an eye out for your friend. Robin, is your turn?
All right. Is this a window at the end of the hallway?
Yes, and it is very, very moldy and dusty, and it blocks 95% of all light going.
Robin is concerned that his desire to smash this window might fuck everything up. Okay, he's going to. First thing he's gonna do is he's gonna check the door where the crying's come from and see if it's unlocked.
You turn the handle. Well, actually, wait one sec. Yeah, no. You try the handle, you push it, and locked.
Locked?
It is locked.
All right, so I'll use my turn to 5 foot and then disable.
All right. You as the tumblers start to fall into place. You think you have it. You get to the last one, and all the tumblers fall back into place. You need to pull out your thing, start back over.
All right. I'll try it again next turn. I think
Nice.
that's okay.
Yeah, Solera, it is your turn.
Okay, so I'm gonna go. Can I kind of? I'm gonna just kind of right here, I guess. And look at the image.
Mm-hmm.
And realize that
Looks
it's
like
as you said. It is
Aisha Foxglove, Aldern's wife.
right. It's just her, or is it both of them?
Just her, and she sort of is looking quizzically at Red, because the way the painting is standing there, it sort of looks down on the person or looks towards the person that opens the
Interesting. Is there anything else besides red we're looking for? So probably.
Red will point out the slashes on the
Huh.
bed carpets and the walls. It's like
And
there
there's
was
no mold or anything in this room. Not
big
like
fight.
not a ton of moss like the other room I was just in. Correct?
There's a little bit less moss here, but it
Okay.
definitely looks like it was trashed as someone thrashed about with a sizable knife or a short sword,
Okay.
destroying most
If
of the surfaces.
weird question, if I move, do her eyes follow, or is it just intently right at the doorway?
Give me a perception check.
Hell yeah.
No,
Damn.
it looks like it's just a normal painting. It seems to have its.
It would have been so cool.
It does have that sort of effect because of she has a very trimmed eyebrows, and she's sort of holding her face sideways, but her eyes are looking forward. So it does have that sensation of keeping up with you. But once you get a little bit more of a perspective on it, you can definitely tell that it's.
Okay. And as I get a little bit closer to it, is there anything that I can see that might be behind it? Or does it look like it's stuck to the wall?
It looks like it's hanging from the wall, like someone put a nail in the wall, and then hung the painting there.
Okay, so it doesn't look like it's
you would have to
fused
take
or
it off.
anything.
You would have to take it off in order to tell if there's something behind.
Okay, gotcha. Is there anything behind it? Do I have to get closer?
You would have to remove
Probably
it
have
in
to
order
take it off
see.
the wall.
Yeah, you would have to pick it up, take it off the wall, and then see.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
Right. You go up to it. You pick it up. It's pretty big. Like it's about I would say maybe 3.5 feet wide by about 5 feet tall. So it's like a really fucking big portrait. And it's the painting is of Aisha from about her waist up, and it has a little bit of room around her. And as you pick up the painting, you take it off the wall. It's pretty heavy. You put it down at an angle. Doesn't seem like there's anything behind the painting. You see the nail upon which, actually, there's 3 nails because of the weight of the painting. But aside from that, it doesn't seem to be.
Okay, I'll put it back.
Right.
And that's probably my turn then.
Yeah, that is going to be your turn as you pick it back up and hang it again.
Okay.
Sigis, it is your turn. You watch Solera go in and investigate the room, only to take off and put back on the painting on.
I think I'm just gonna hang out here waiting for Robin.
All right. Red?
Yeah.
Red'll, like, he's by the desk anyway, so he'll just kind of 5 foot over there and start checking through that.
Seems like some of the paperwork that was here was either crumpled up to the point where the ink sort of run through the paper after having become slightly wet to the point where it can't be read, and other papers have been torn apart or destroyed completely.
Anything in the drawers?
As you open up, there's like a letter opener and some writing equipment, some more paper, but this one is slightly moldy but empty, blank slates.
Hmm.
Right?
All right. Yeah, I I think that's about it. Unless I can go over and look at the bed, but yeah.
Yeah, no. I'm just keeping the tracker moving. But yeah,
Yep.
you can move and inspect the bed. Um, what at first
Because
seems
that
to
was where the cut up rugs and
yeah,
stuff are,
so
right?
the covers, right, the winter sheets have been thrashed, have been broken, the same as almost everything else in this room. But now that you look closer, somebody on broke the legs of the bed on the northwestern side. And it looks like somebody either took a hatchet or a sword repeatedly against the legs on this side, cutting and breaking the mattress in different parts.
What the hell happened in here? He'll kind of look under the bed and just lift up the covers and make sure there's nothing he's missing.
Doesn't seem like
But
it.
yeah, that'll be it then. He's just standing there, kind of looking confusedly at all the destruction. It's like, what in the world?
Right. So, Dorban, it is your turn. As once more, you don't hear anything from Robin.
I'm doing this over and over again. But
I'm
I
so
will continue.
sorry.
Alright.
It only goes so fast.
I will
Alright.
Stop
continue to
failing your
wait.
lock picking checks.
Just be better.
I mean, all
Gotta
right.
get that 25, boy.
It's starting to get like suspiciously long, Dorban, as you maintain your concentration in this gift of your god to see beyond. You don't see Robin, you don't hear Robin, and it's starting to become a little bit of a long time without any notice. Robin, it is your turn.
There we go.
Right, you
Yay.
open up the lock. Sorry, you disassemble the lock from the inside. Do you want to open the door?
Yeah. Stealth check is probably not going to help so much here. But he's going to, as a standard action, prepare to move the fuck away if something bad happens, and then he's going to try to open the door.
All right. Just an FYI, if because you unlock the lock, you open the door, you won't have a standard action. You would have to.
Oh yeah,
for
no,
the-
I'll wait another turn then.
All right.
so
For
that I
the for
can
the sake of
have the
simplicity
action.
and keeping the action going, we'll say that
Yeah.
we wait for one round. So
Yeah,
you get ready to bolt away, grab the
I get
handle.
it. I put my lock picks away, kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
I get ready, and then
Yeah. So you're sort of pumping yourself up, getting ready to bolt
Yeah.
away. Grab
high key, I'm about to jump out the window if anything goes south.
You grab hold of the handle.
Hopefully, you
start
don't
to-
get guillotined.
You grab hold of the handle. You start to turn it. Clicks. The door is now unlocked. Push forward. It slides. As you hear now the full volume of the woman crying, and you see a woman on her knees with her hands up to her face. You see her from the back as she has this raven black hair flowing
God,
down
no.
over her shoulders and down her back. And she is staring at a mirror right in front of her. And you have your torch out, correct?
Yeah, because I don't. Well, unless it's low light in the house.
No, it is fucking pitch black inside.
Then yeah, I do have it on.
Right. So
I have
as the door opens and your light sort of infuses the room, you see yourself standing behind this woman in the mirror. You see the light from your iron torch sort of reflecting on the mirror and back onto her, and she is clawing at her cheeks, trying to reach her eyes, trying to shut them, pushing her claws into her eyes, but her eyes remain open, and you see the tears of blood just running down her face as she keeps sobbing and looking herself in the mirror, and you see her pale beyond the grave. You see the deep black tarnished skin around where her nails have dug into her flesh. You see the blood running, dripping from her chin, staining her otherwise white and blue dress with blood as she continues to shiver and shake. And that is where we're going to end tonight's session, guys.
Oh Jesus.
Oh my
Alrighty.
god.
Robin gets attacked by a witch from Left 4 Dead.
Basically, yeah.
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 Just as a last snippet, I'm going to do this and show you what she looks like.
Yes.
Because I
Yes.
really wanted to see that. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cry your eyes out. Yes.
Uh,
Oh.
Sexy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right.
So
It's like she doesn't have eyes,
basically-
but she does have eyes.
So
She has
basically, it's
eyes,
a
but
witch.
she's trying to claw
Got
them
it.
out, but she can't reach.
She don't has pupils, that's for sure.
yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Wait.
I'm gonna move everyone to the lobby. Hope that
And then
everything's-
I hear Robin scream like a girl.
Nah, Robin's like quiet. Robin's really quiet. Like he
She's
doesn't
like,
want to
"Don't
die
say
today.
a word." Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, maybe if I don't make any sounds, it won't.
Maybe she's
attack.
like a T-Rex.
All right, guys.
Unlikely.
On that note, I'm gonna. That is the end of the session. I hope that everyone enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna cut the recording so that we can upload it as soon as possible.
Okay.
All right.
Bye stream / YouTube.
Peace.
Bye.
Bye,
So-
tubers.
Goodbye, stream.